Okay, all the preliminary stuff out of the way. Once again, the Agawam Brownies taking on the Minnetonka Falcons. Falcons winning the toss as number 10, Brian Anderson, will get set to kick off for the Brownies. Agawam at this point 0-5, still looking for their first victory of the season as the coaches still continue to jostle players around and try to get that elusive offense going, as the defense playing very, very well thus far for the first 5 games.
Defense have been doing phenomenal. They've been basically keeping Agawam in the games. They haven't had that many points scored against them. Boy, I can't even talk right this morning. And that's pretty much why they, haven't been really trampled on. The offense is definitely going to have to get their act together. They're going to have to start, really performing and putting out, and that's exactly the bottom line. So hopefully the coaches have been able to instill that in the players, and we'll have to see what the start of this first kickoff.
Okay, down here on the field, Brian Anderson, number 10, set to kick off for the Agawam Brownies as we are just about underway. And in fact, we are underway at Harmon Smith Field. 32, Derek Giordano with the ball. He was hammered there first by number 47, Marcus Trincini.
And here comes the rain.
Yeah, and it's coming down rather hard.
Yes.
First and 10 for the Agawam Brownies. Ball spotted at about the 33-yard line.
Please don't adjust your sets. Those lines going across is the rain.
How well we know. Falcons set to go offensively on their first series of this game. First and 10 from the 33-yard line. Ball handed off to number 46, Jeff Murphy. Tries that left-hand side there as he's tackled on the play by number 13, Dan Moriarty. Pickup of maybe 3 on the play is going to bring up 2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line. So Minnetonka early trying that defensive front unit for the Brownies as they run their first play on the left-hand side. Ball pitched back to 42 in the air. No, just out of reach. Pass was incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Falcons set to address the ball, now face 3rd and 8. Ball in the air, pass complete. Derek Giordano, he's hit there by number 71, Chris Benjamin. But not before the Falcons pick up a first down. Ball spotted, 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line. Ball handed off for Minnetonka to number 42, Mike Paremba. Clocked there by number 73, Dan McCarthy. And looked like number 12 also in on that play, Tommy Briggs. And we may have our first penalty of the afternoon. I thought that it had dropped out of the referee's pocket, but he in fact threw it and is marking off 10 yards. Indication is holding against the Minnetonka Falcons. That's going to bring up 1st and 20 for Minnetonka. Good protection. Pass over the middle, complete to number 85, Chris Tarantino. Hit there by Marcus Trincini, 33, also on the stop, Brian Colby.
These penalties are going to hurt him, Frank.
Well, I did not see that flag thrown, but in fact, it's a personal foul against Agawam. And that's going to give Minichog a 1st and 10 now from the 46-yard line. And you are right, Brownies can ill afford to take those mistakes early on in this contest against a team like Minichog, who has a very good, potent offense.
Can't do it. You're going to have to play heads-up ball, and you can't, give up the positive yardage here on some infractions.
Ball handed off to number 46, Jeff Murphy, as he pounds that left-hand side of the line. Stacked up there on the defense. Second down and long for the Minichog Falcons. Bill Brady set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. Brady, the quarterback on the keeper. He cut left and then headed up the middle. Big gain for the Minichog Falcons as he was finally tackled there by number 42, Todd Chamberlain, but not before you have a Falcon first down. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at about the 34-yard line. One thing I noticed, Frank, that the Minichog Falcons waste a little time in that huddle.
No, they get the play off real quick. They call a play, come up to the line of scrimmage. They're basically calling on almost like a 2 count on the snap. Hey, and they're interested in playing ball. They want to get as much yardage as they possibly can with the time that they have to work with. So if you're going to, play a lot of football, then you're going to keep your, signal calling time down to a minimum.
Quarterback keeper on that last play to Bill Brady. He was hit there by number 55, Nicky Langoni. Falcons 2nd and 9, 15 back to pass. Bill Brady incomplete. Attempted pass to number 42, Mike Paremba.
Pressure on the play provided by number 55, Nick Langoni, and number 68, Brian King.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 situation for the Falcons, as their last 2 passes have been incomplete. Bill Brady looks over the defense, set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. Pass play, ball, no! Intended to number 40, Mike DeFlorio. And there is laundry on the field, and I think that's going to be a pass interference call against the Brownies, Frank.
I wish we had instant replay because Marcus Trencini, number 47, thinks that play was against him. And in fact, it wasn't. That pass interference occurred behind him. He went after the ball, but then also I don't think the ball was catchable. I really
don't.
Well,
that's a judgment call in the referee's eyes. Obviously, they feel it was. The ball thrown about 5 yards away from the receiver, but that's going to be an automatic first down. We'll put Falcons now 1st and 10 at the Brownie 25-yard line.
Falcons will have it 1st and 10 at the 25.
Ball handed off to 32, Derek Giordano, and he paid for it as he was hammered there by 42, Todd Chamberlain. Loss of about 2 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 12.
Make it 2 yards, 2nd and 12 for Minichog.
So Minichog, aided by a few Brownie penalties in this first offensive series, have moved the ball within striking distance. Pass over the middle. That ball is completed to Chris Tarantino. Hit there by number 68, Brian King. And I think I see a flag on that near side of the field, Frank.
Yeah, we do have another piece of colored cloth on the field. I don't think it's a Band-Aid or anything like that. But
Yes, sir, we do, and that's a penalty offsides against the Brownies, and I believe that will be declined by the Falcons.
Coach on the far sideline there is waving it off, doesn't want to take it.
That's exactly what they are going to do. They're going to decline that. That will bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Falcons.
And the rain keeps coming down.
Every time it rains, you sing during the
Oh, yeah.
Ball run big. Pickup by Mike Paremba as he hammers over that right-hand side. Hit there by Todd Chamberlain, number 42, and number 12, Tommy Briggs. But that's going to be another 1st down. We'll call it 1st and 10 at about the 12-yard line.
Oh, rainy weather makes me want to sing. What can I say? I'm probably a better announcer or cameraman than I'm a singer, but
I'm not going to
probably
touch
can't
that.
do anything.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Oh, you don't want to?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to stay away from that. Falcons 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Ball handed off once again to number 42, Mike Paremba. Hit there by number 12, Tommy Briggs. Pickup of about 7 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3 from the 5-yard line. Brownie defense now is going to have to stiffen up as Minichog has put together one fine offensive drive here.
They've been able to move the ball down the field quite well, even with the wet weather. So Agawam's definitely going to have to button the chin straps here to hold them out.
Mike Paremba gets nowhere there as he was hit by number 55, Nick Langoni. We've got about 4 minutes and, according to the clock, 32 seconds left in this quarter. And we've got our first timeout on the field. So with this timeout, we'll take a timeout at Harmon Smith Field. We've got no score, and we'll be right back. Smith Field, during this timeout, Minichog taking the timeout, they're going to be faced 3rd and 4 from about the 6-yard line after the 55 Nick Langoni tackle. If you've just joined us, Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco, you're watching Agawam Sports Week. This week we're at Harmon Smith Field watching the Agawam Brownies do battle against the Falcons of Minichog. And Minichog, Frank, has put together, like we say, one fine offensive drive, of course, aided by 3 Brownie penalties.
3 penalties, total with about 35, 40 yards. Been able to move the ball. They're down now around the 4-yard line. They could, in fact, be able to put it in. Depends on the intensity of the Brownie defense, and we'll just have to wait and see what they come up with.
Well, they're going to have to really dig in as it's 3rd and 4 from the 6. And Minichog, a highly potent offense. Ball handed off to number 32 around the right-hand side. Skirts in for the first score of the afternoon. Number 32, Derek Giordano. Touchdown, Minichog Falcons.
They can't let that happen, Frank. Can't let it happen. They're going to have to shut it down and shut it down real quick.
They're going to have to, and of course that was a 16-play drive by Minichog. Getting set to end it with a point after try. Ball is up and ball is good. So in this first quarter, the Minichog Falcons on top of the Agawam Brownies 7-0. Minichog will get set to kick off to Agawam.
Looks like Coach London is instilling some words of wisdom on the defense.
Quite possibly some rough words of wisdom.
You do whatever you got to do.
Motivation is the key. Minichog Falcons set to kick off to the Brownies on top 7-0 after the 32 Derek Giordano burst over the right-hand side from 6 yards out. Getting set to kick off for Minichog, number 86, of which we have no name on the roster for number 86.
for the Falcons.
Sure, by the middle of the game, by the end of the game, maybe we'll have a name for number 86.
I hope so. I don't know how he eluded the pencil.
I do not know, as the kick is up. Ball taken there by Tom Briggs.
Takes it to the middle.
Works his way up the middle, and then he's tripped up there. Last hit by Peter Moon, number 54, Peter Moon. So the Brownies will have the ball offensively, 1st and 10 from about the 40-yard line.
We're going to have to see what the Brownies are able to put together for an offense here, see if they can tiptoe, so to speak, down the gridiron to see if they can throw some points up on the board.
Well, Brownie offense sputtering as of late, running hot and cold. When they're hot, they're very good, and when they're cold, they're very bad. So we'll have to see what happens. Dan Moriarty, number 13, set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. Ball handed off to 42, Todd Chamberlain. Hit there by number 60, Chip Perkins. Pickup of about 5 on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 5 from the 45. So Agawam opting to take it on the ground early on. Todd Chamberlain bursting over that left-hand side for a pickup of 5. Once again, Moriarty calls the play from the line of scrimmage, looking over the Minichog defense. Ball handed off. Oh, heavy hit. Oh, what a head-to-head heavy hit by 52, John Albano on Tommy Briggs.
Oh, that's they don't teach that, because that can in fact be a dangerous type of tackle. But that was a very, very nice hit put on Mr. Briggs.
I'm sure Tommy felt that all the way back to the huddle. We're going to call it a pickup of 2, which is going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the Brownies. Moriarty looks like he's back to pass, decides to hold on to the ball, becomes a quarterback keeper as the Falcon defense strings him out. Hit there by number 32, Derek Giordano. Pickup of maybe 1, that's going to bring up a 4th and 2 for the Brownies, and they'll have to give it away.
Well, they didn't want to have to give it up this early. 4 plays, and you didn't make enough for a 1st down. Now you go back to Minichog, who just ran 16 plays and ate about 8 minutes up on the clock. So they're going to have to, I don't know.
Well, they've got to pick up the pace, and I think the key thing here is that the Brownies have got to learn ways to keep their defense off the field for a while. Got to give them a chance to rest up. Of course, half of them probably playing both ways on offense and defense, but once your defense is out on the field for a long, extended period of time, it tends to wear you down. 42, Todd Chamberlain set the punt for the Brownies, gets the ball off. Takes 1 bounce taken there by number 15, Bill Brady, the quarterback for the Falcons.
And
he's hammered there by 67, Dana Fuller.
And we also got a flag on a play too, Frank. I don't know if it's going to be a late hit or what, but have to see what the referees decide they want to call.
Well, Marcus Ciancini looking over on the bench as if to say, do we take the penalty or not? So obviously he knows something we don't at this point.
I'll have to see what they say. You probably heard some conversation in the discussion part there.
Okay, penalty being called against the Minichog Falcons.
Big one, too.
We're still looking for the signal from the referee to give the indication that it was against Minichog, but I think it's going to be, okay, there it is, a personal foul, illegal hands to the face. So that's going to push Minichog back 1st and 10 now. They'll start out from their own 15-yard line. Bill Brady, the quarterback for the Falcons, looks over the defense, decides to keep it himself as he goes over the left-hand side. Hit there by number 42, Todd Chamberlain. Pickup of maybe 4 on the play is going to bring up 2nd and 6 from about the 19-yard line.
2nd and 6 for the Falcons.
Rain now coming down in buckets here at Harmon Smith Field, making playing conditions pretty soggy. Ball handed off to number 46, Jeff Murphy for the Falcons. Hit there by number 25, Bob Kunkel. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and short for the Falcons. This week we were smart enough to bring the rain gear. So it's worked out well thus far. Okay, 3rd and short for Minnechaug. Run there by number 42, Derek Giordano, as he's stacked up there by the Brownie defense.
Number 32, Derek Giordano on the carry. It's enough to move the sticks.
So that is enough for a 1st down for the Falcons. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. You've joined us late, Frank Andrus, along with Frank Disco. We've got a 7-0 score. Minnechaug Falcons on top of the Agawam Brownies here this afternoon at Harmon Smith Field in high school action. Got a penalty on the play, dead ball foul, and I think that's going to go against the Falcons on an illegal procedure call.
Illegal procedure is the call against the Falcons.
And that's exactly what it is. It'll bring up a 1st and 15 as they'll redo the down.
For the Falcons.
1st and 15 from the 20-yard line.
Well, at least it's starting to work in Agawam's favor here. They had 3 penalties hauled on them and moved the Falcons down the field. Now there's been a couple 3 penalties here against the Falcons that has pushed them back down the field. So I guess it all works out.
It all evens itself out in the wash, so to speak. Falcons 1st and 15 from the 20-yard line. Quarterback number 15, Bill Brady, on the keep, avoids a couple of Brownie tacklers. Still avoiding some as he takes some tackling Brownies with him, but he's hit there and dropped by number 25, Bob Kunkel, but not before he picks up about 13 yards.
Brings up 2nd and short for the Falcons.
So we'll call that 2nd down and 2 after the 13-yard scamper by Bill Brady, the quarterback for the Falcons. First quarter action rapidly coming to a close. Ball handed off to 46, Jeff Murphy, as he tries the center of the Brownie defense as he's stacked up there. And I think that's going to be enough depending upon where they mark it. Should be enough for a 1st down if they mark it at the 36-yard line, Frank.
Oh, the referee just indicated 1st down, so evidently they did make the enough yardage to get it.
Now they'll start off 1st and 10 from the 36, but we're going to have to wait a minute as this is the end of the 1st quarter. And with the 1st quarter score, the Minnechaug Falcons 7 and the Brownies nothing. We'll return in a moment.
Vince, that new dummy cam is great.
Yeah, it'll sure give people a whole new outlook on what it's like when you don't wear a safety belt.
I think they'll get the picture.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Back here at Harmon Smith Field, Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco. We're at the end of 1 quarter here at Harmon Smith Field. The Falcons on top, 7-0. When play resumes, Falcons will have it 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Falcons on a 16-play long drive to get their first points of the ball game.
Oh, they're starting to move the ball down the field here also, Frank, and Agawam's defense is definitely going to have to stop them and gain possession of the ball and let their offense go to work.
Ball handed off to number 42, Mike Paremba. Hit there by number 42, Todd Chamberlain, as the Falcons content with running at the interior Brownie line as the rain continues to fall here at Harmon Smith Field.
Thank God for the rain gear. Left it in the truck the last time. Brought it with us this time.
We'll make the same mistake twice. Pickup of 4 on the play after the run by Mike Parembra will bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Falcons. Ball handed off to 42 once again, Mike Parembra, as he really has nowhere to go. Hit there by number 68, Brian King, but not before he was slowed up by Bob Kunkel. Pick up a maybe 3 on a play, or bring up 3rd and 3 for the Falcons. Falcons break the huddle now as they are faced 3rd and 3. Brownie defense digging in to try to stop them. Pass complete over the middle to number 32, Derek Giordano, as he was hammered there by Marcus Cincini. 68 getting off the pile, Brian King. Number 13, Dan Moriarty, but not before you have a Falcon 1st down. 1st and 10 for Minnetonka.
Agawam defense starting to let them move the ball on them again. They're going to have to stop that. Even though when that short pass that was completed there gathered a group, but you can't let that continue.
Ball handed off up the middle, still not knocked down. Number 32, Derek Giordano. Finally dropped there by number 83, Brian Pellegrino, and I think the Brownies having trouble holding on to some of these runners.
It looks like they're not trying to do the classic tackle, grab it around the waist, slide down, trap the legs, and trip them. They're trying to shoulder tackle, and you're not going to shoulder tackle a team. It's just not going to work.
No, these running backs are too strong. You've got to take them out by the legs, or they're just going to get that extra 5 or 6 yards on you just by leg power alone.
Leg power, and I'll carry you. You know?
That's true. Big gain up the middle. 46, Jeff Murphy. Tackled there by number 47, Marcus Cincini. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Falcons, as they'll have it 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. So the Minnetonka offense once again moving on the Agawam Brownie defense in this 2nd quarter of action.
There's a slight infraction.
Okay, we've got some movement on the line, and I think that's going to be against Agawam. I did not see anybody from Minnetonka move.
No, I don't think so. I think that was a 3 count, and Agawam jumped on a 2 count.
Yeah, and there it is, a classic offside call against the Brownies.
As a matter of fact, excuse me, Frank, this is the first time we've seen the shotgun played by anybody. Most of the time, the quarterback's height, positions himself directly behind the center to take the snap. They're running a shotgun here, and I think Agawam's not accustomed to seeing that.
Certainly a different type of offense thrown in, not using it all the time. It's going to bring up 1st and 5 from the 33. Ball handed off to 32, Derek Giordano, as he was stacked up there by a host of Brownies. Pickup of maybe 1 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 from the 32-yard line. Brownie defense now starting to talk to each other to try to stiffen themselves up, instill a little power in themselves, and stop this Minnetonka drive. Quarterback keeper by Bill Brady, number 15, hit there by 71, Chris Benjamin, and 47, Marcus Cincini. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short, depending upon where they mark the ball. 3rd and short for the Falcons. The referees have asked for the chain.
They're short. They didn't make
They are
it.
short, yeah. It had to depend on where they mark the ball. Mark of the ball important to the Brownies at this point, as you see it there on your television. 3rd and short for the Falcons. Ball handed off right up the middle of that interior Brownie line by 32 Derek Giordano. Host the Brownie tacklers around, but that's going to be enough for a first down. 1st and 10 from about the 26-yard line.
That's a very difficult play to try to defend against, Frank. You know they're coming right at you up the middle. And, you know, a foot, half a foot, you're kind of dead.
It's tough, and the main thing is just try to plug the hole, get in front of someone's face, and do the best that you can. Bill Brady, number 15 on the quarterback keep. He's dragged down there by number 47, Marcus Cincini. Pickup of only 2 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 8 from the 24-yard line. But that's how Minichog has put together their drives. In bits and pieces, they're working their way up the field.
Well, they're content with that 2, 3, 4-yard gain. They're not trying to turn a big gain. I don't think that they're looking for it. I don't think the receivers could catch the ball so wet. So it's been the short yardage.
Ball handed off to number 46. Jeff Murphy tripped up there by number 71, Chris Benjamin. Pickup of about 4, and certainly could have been more had Chris Benjamin not have been there to trip him up. We'll bring up 3rd and 4 from about the 20-yard line.
There's that short gain again. 4 yards here, 3 yards there. Except it makes the 3rd down situation kind of a must down, but we'll nickel dime them.
And they're really running right at that interior Brownie line. Brownie's tough up front. Minichog not afraid to run right at them. Number 15 on the quarterback keeper, Bill Brady. Hit there by number 71, Chris Benjamin. It's not going to be enough for a first down. It's going to bring up 4th and short for the Falcons.
4th down for the Falcons, just inside the Brownie 20.
Number 15, Bill Brady, looks for the sideline to see what type of play the coach wants to run at this point. 4th and short, they do have a kicker that I believe could reach from this range, but the coach opting to go for the 4th down. On 4th and short, Brady pitches the ball out to 32, Derek Giordano. He was hammered there by Chris Benjamin. Also number 82, Matt Disco, 42, Todd Chamberlain on the stop. It's going to be enough for a Falcon first down, 1st and 10. They'll mark it at about the 14.
They're going to have to try and shut those down a little bit quicker. But they're dealing with forward momentum. You need 3 yards. You're going to get 2 yards just in a run, and then you're going to fall forward for a yard. So they're going to have to really slam them, and that's pretty much what they're attempting to do, but not really being too successful right at the moment.
Run by number 32 on that play, Giordano once again. Hit there by number 71, Chris Benjamin, and Todd Chamberlain. Pickup of maybe 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 from the 11-yard line for the Falcons. .42 Mike Paremba.
There's a big stop.
Big stack up by the Agawam Brownies.
A lot of bodies there.
Oh, there certainly was. Not much there. That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Falcons. .32 on the ball. Tries to get to the outside. Derek Giordano. Once again, he's stacked up there, but we've got penalty flags on the field.
Oh, back there in the backfield, I'll bet you that's going to be against the against Minichog.
You are right, sir.
Haha.
That's going to be a holding penalty, 10 yards against the Minichog Falcons, and that's going to move them back. Of course, they'll repeat the down, but it will be 3rd and 12 instead of 3rd and short from the 17-yard line.
Third down and 12 for the Falcons. They're on the Brownies 17.
Interesting to see what the Falcons will come up here.
Well,
Of course, time running out in this first half, so will they pass or will they run? 15 back to pass. No! It's overthrows number 42, Mike Paremba.
Fourth down for the Falcons.
oh, you snapped the play off too fast, but I was going to say pass. And I got a quarter over here that I say I would bet it also.
Time on the field, 1 minute 30 seconds.
Oh boy, we've got about 1 minute and 37 seconds to go in this first half. We've got a timeout on the field charged to the Falcons. With the score, the Falcons 7 and the Brownies nothing. We'll be right back after this.
This is where I live. There are lots of doctors and machines for me and the other kids. Last week, a guy named Mike came. He took us all on a camping trip.
Mike gives up a weekend a month to help a disabled child, but he gets back a feeling that lasts forever.
When I get better, you know what? I'm gonna take Mike fishing.
To find out what you can do in your community, call the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
Back here at Harmon Smith Field after the timeout charged by the Falcons. Falcons faced with a 4th down and 12 from the 17-yard line. As we've got a little over a minute left to go in the half. You're watching Agawam Sports Week. Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco. Agawam Brownies taking on the Minichog Falcons. Falcons on top after a 16-play drive early in the first quarter. Are on top in this contest, 7-0.
Well, they've had a couple stops right now. Agawam has been able to kind of stuff them on the goal line. Defense has really dug in and said you're not going anywhere. And they had this one penalty that's pushed them back even further. So the sunshine looks like it's about ready to come out.
Well, Bill Brady back to pass, number 15. He's got no room. He goes to the right-hand side. Langoni chasing him. He dives his way in, and that's a Minichog Falcon touchdown. 17-yard scamper by number 15, Bill Brady.
For the first half, it's now Minichog 13, Agawam nothing. A 22-play, 64-yard drive for the Falcons.
Nice touchdown.
Big touchdown by Bill Brady. 22-play, 64-yard drive by Minichog
Brady will attempt to
against a very tough Agawam Brownie defense. Number 55, Nicky Langoni, I think he was the last one that had a chance to pull Bill Brady down. Just couldn't get him. Point after attempt is blocked.
Oh, they got it off.
I did get it. It was partially blocked, and it went wide right.
score remains Minichog
So it's no good, and we have a score of the Minichog Falcons 13 and the Agawam Brownies nothing.
Looks like we got a player down on the field too, Frank.
I did not see who it was.
I think it's a Minichog player down there about where they tried to kick the ball. I didn't catch a number or see who it was, but I
Maybe,
saw the
yeah.
EMT or the sports trainer going out there.
So Minichog has put together 2 big offensive drives here in this first half, as they have marched up the field in 16 plays on their first drive, 24 plays on their second drive, and they have done it all basically on the ground.
Yeah, this last one, I don't think they put it up at all. Yes, they did. When they were down deep, they got out of it with a short pass. I think it was maybe 5 or 6 yards, and that was about it. And the balance has just been on the ground.
Certainly has, and they've chewed up the yardage on the ground, and
You know,
more importantly, they've taken that time off the clock.
It's crunch time.
Kickoff by number 86 about to commence. Once again, no name. We have no name on number 86. Falcons set the kickoff to the Brownies, leading 13-0 in this first half. The ball is taken by Tommy Briggs, number 12, opts the goal up the middle. Big burst by Tom Briggs as he put on the speed there, hit there by number 10, Mike Ketchick. Brownies will start 1st and 10 from the 45.
That was an excellent run back. He was able to pick up a good portion of that wedge and gain himself another 15, 18 yards just by being able to stay with it.
He certainly did. A burst of speed by number 12, Tom Briggs. Brownies start now 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Moriarty with the ball, back to pass, no good. Pass incomplete to number 41, John Ingham. So that will bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Of course, the clock will drag down very slowly now with these incomplete passes, and I'm sure the Brownies, with not much time left on the clock, will opt to go to the air to try to get a quick score here before this half runs out.
Well, I definitely want to put some points on the board. They're going to do anything they possibly can to do it.
Yeah, long ball thrown by Moriarty. Attempted to go there to 39, Nate Woolley. Pass incomplete. Mike Ketchick on the coverage, number 10 for the Falcons. Brownies now face 3rd and 10 once again from the 45-yard line. Brownies looking to put some quick points on the board before the half. Moriarty trying to go to Ingham. And then Nate Woolley. Both passes incomplete. Pass thrown over the head of Nathan Woolley on the 3rd and 10, and that's going to bring up 4th and 10 from the 45-yard line, and Agawam's going to have to give it away.
They don't want to do that. They're going to have to, I don't know. They're going to have to, and hopefully at one point they'll do it.
Well, 3 incomplete passes one to John Ingham and 2 to Nathan Woolley, as Dan Moriarty tries to get his club on the scoreboard before the half ends. Some good coverage by the Falcons. Todd Chamberlain will get set to punt it away for Agawam. Kind of a low kick, but it will not be run back. Takes a Brownie bounce, and down there by number 27, John Hogan. As we've got about 53 seconds left to go in the half, Falcons will go on the offense. 1st and 10, ball spotted at about the 34-yard line. And the scary part about this is with 53 seconds left, that's an awful lot of time in football, and the way Minnechaug has been working its way up the field, they could quite possibly try to go in for another score.
Well, this could fake out Agawam quite well because they've basically been staying on the ground. Now they could decide all of a sudden to go to the air and try and put an extra touchdown on the board going into the half. Have to see what kind of play's called.
Okay, once again, Falcons 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Trying to get back to pass, number 42, Mike Paremba. Run out of bounds by Brian King. So the Falcons look to go to the air, but no one open for them. Paremba has to get to the outside, but he picks up 9. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 1. Look like number 15, Bill Brady, and he does. Calls a timeout on the field. With this timeout, we'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
He protects all living things in the forest. But he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. Put out your campfires. And never, ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Back here at Harmon Smith Field with the timeout, Minnetonka Falcons on top 13-0 over the Agawam Brownies here at Harmon Smith Field. In a heavy downpour most of this game.
Yeah, tell me about it.
A very heavy downpour. Of which for us there is absolutely no relief.
Nope. Grin and bear it.
Grin and bear it.
Hot coffee, hot chocolate, hot dogs, peanuts, Cracker Jacks.
Well, that'll help. Flag thrown, 2nd and 1 for the Falcons, and I think that's going to be an illegal procedure call against Minnetonka, and that'll be a break for the Brownies.
Penalty on the field. Illegal procedure whistle against the Falcons. That'll bring up 2nd and 7.
So what has become 2nd and 1 now becomes 2nd and 7 on the 5-yard penalty.
Well, every little bit helps one way or the other.
Certainly
There's
does.
a sack.
Bill Brady brings up the Minnetonka Falcon offense, but they make a offensive switch as it almost looks like a shotgun type formation. Pass completed over the middle to number 85, Chris Tarantino. Gets to the outside, finally dragged down there by Dan Moriarty, but not before he rumbles. At least that's a 60-yard pass completion for number 85, Chris Tarantino.
Just like the prediction said earlier, there was 53 seconds ago on the board when they started this drive, and they've been on the ground. They ran 2 plays, went to the air, and scampers for a big gain.
Well, somebody in that secondary not looking what they were doing. I think there was a missed coverage on that. 85, Chris Tarantino of the Falcons rumbles 60 yards, puts the Falcons almost at pay dirt. It is their 1st and goal. No, stacked up there by 82, Matt Disco. 32, Derek Giordano. And we've got a timeout on the field called by the Falcons. We've got about 25 seconds to go in the half. Falcons on top, 13-0 over the Agawam Brownies, and we'll be right back after this. Back here at Harmon Smith Field, Falcons in scoring position. They're deep in Brownie territory with 25 seconds to go in the half, already leading 13-0 in this contest.
Real deep. That stripe is the goal line.
Yeah.
That's how deep they are.
Brownie defense is going to have to really stiffen here as 15, Bill Brady on the keeper. And I believe that's a touchdown. I saw the players' all hands go up, but I haven't seen the ref call it yet.
Yeah, I believe the referee on this side, our near side here, threw his hands up as a
Okay,
TD.
so it's a touchdown for the Falcons on the quarterback keeper by Bill Brady.
19, Agawam, nothing.
So the Falcons now up their lead to 19-0 in this first half with seconds left. Falcons opting to go with the 2-point conversion try. Pass over the middle and tip.
Just tipped. I don't look like the left tackle or left guard just got his hand on that ball.
Somebody got their hand up. I believe 68, Brian King, tipped that ball. We've got about 24 seconds to go in the half with the Falcons on top 20-0. And the Falcons will be kicking off to the Brownies on top 19-0. Brownies are going to have to dig deep now here as they are down in this contest. Come up with some type of offense as the defense has been out on the field most of this first half.
Yeah, these boys are getting plenty of playing time. Anybody that's complaining about, I'm not playing enough, I'm not playing enough. You're playing enough now.
By the way, we have a number for name, excuse me, for number 86, Eugene Laflemme, who is not on our roster.
Okay.
So Eugene Laflemme, number 86, will get set to kick off for the Falcons to the Brownies. Brownies trying to make things happen here in this first half. 24 seconds to go.
Number 86, Eugene Laflemme to kick off to number 44, Jay Vastakis, and number 12, Tom Briggs.
Ball booted in the air to the Brownies. Taking on the play there and bobbled by number 12, Tom Briggs. Briggs goes into the middle, cuts back to the left-hand side. He follows the wedge. He's to the left-hand side. He's to the 40. He's to the 30, the 20. 80 had a shot at him. Touchdown, Tommy Briggs.
Beautiful.
Touchdown, Tommy Briggs.
Beautiful. Unbelievable.
75-yard touchdown for Tommy Briggs.
That's the uplift that Agawam needs. That's the points that they got to put up there. Just going into the half, that gives them the shot to really get it going and come out and might win this one.
Well, that's what they needed. A real burst, a 75-yard touchdown by number 12, Tommy Briggs. We've got 9 seconds to go in the half. I am curious to see if Coach Beccarelli will opt to go for the 1-point Brian Anderson kick, or will he go for the 2-point conversion?
Tough call. I think I'd go for 2.
Down 19-6, but the Brownies get on the board on a 75-yard kickoff return by Tom Briggs. Discussing their strategy on the sideline is the coaching staff, and I'm looking to see if number 10, Brian Morton Anderson, is out there, and there he is. He's in our screen there in the center. So the Brownies opting to go for the 1-point point after try.
Number 10, Brian Anderson on the field to attempt the point after touchdown for the Brownies. He'll do that out of the hold of number 13, Dan Moriarty.
One thing of a concern also is that ball blocked.
The kick is blocked.
Kick is blocked, so that means the score is 19 and the Agawam Brownies 6. And what I started to say right before that ball was kicked was I was concerned with the way the ball was going to tap Dan Moriarty.
I don't know. I don't think I would have gone for the 1 point. 1 point isn't going to help them. They need more points than 1. But like I said, that's why he gets paid the big bucks, and that's why we get paid the big here. We should have gone 1 for 2.
Well, you got to rely on number 10, Brian Anderson. He's been kicking the ball well as of late.
Yes, he
so
has.
I would imagine that what their thinking was that let's go for the not guaranteed a 2-point conversion. But with Brian Anderson kicking 9 times out of 10, you are guaranteed that 1 point. In this case, the ball was blocked, and the score is going to remain 19-6, with number 10, Brian Anderson, set to kick off for the Falcons.
Oh, it's kind of tough. You got a wet ball, you got a wet kicking surface. You don't know how much mud's inside the cleats. Yeah, you can clean them off before you go out there to make the point after attempt, but you know, there's a lot of factors here.
Well, the weather's certainly making it tough to hold on to the ball for the running backs. Wide receivers, I'm sure, having a tough time also. Ball kicked off by number 10, Brian Anderson, taken there by number 42, Mike Paremba. Tried to get to the outside, avoids 2, 3, 4, and 5 Brownie tacklers. Finally knocked down there by number 25, Bob Kunkel, and number 10, Brian Anderson. But there's the whistle. As we are at the halftime, with the score at the half, the Minnetonka Falcons 19 and the Agawam Brownies 6, and we'll see you in a moment.
Coming onto the field now for your halftime entertainment, we ask that you please...
Why play athletics for Agawam High School? I play Agawam sports because I like the feeling of competition and I like to strive to be the best that I
10 and at 8:30 p.m. Please check your Agawam advertiser news for event showing. If you do not receive Channel 32 or desire a copy of this event, please see one of the cameramen. Thank you.
Well, back here at Harmon Smith Field, Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco as we get set for second half action between the Agawam Brownies and the Minnetonka Falcons. Falcons on top 19-6.
And the rain keeps coming down.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't rain too many more weeks, because if you continue to sing, I'm going out of the broadcast booth in the rain.
No, gotta have fun. Gotta get in the program. You know, you really gotta enjoy this. And we enjoy getting wet so much, it feels so good when it stops.
Yeah. Agawam will get set to receive the second half kickoff. 86, Eugene Laflemme will get set to kick it off for the Falcons as the Brownies try to get back into this contest, down 19-6. First half analysis, I would have to say that the Agawam Brownie defense spent much of its time on the field, which is very, very tough, especially when a lot of them are playing both ways, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, it's you're going to have to give your defense a break here. Granted, the weather isn't that hot out. It's probably better off to be playing than standing on the sidelines, but you know, occasionally they'd like to, you know, suck up a little O2 and put down a little H2O, and
all they have to do is look up and they'll get all the H2O that they want.
But that's, you know, you got to get them out there. You got to give them a break. And there's just no way when you don't have possession of the ball.
Well, we have not had a chance to see Minnetonka this year, and they're a very scrappy club. They do a lot of things offensively, and they do them very well. Of course, their defense has not been on the field at all pretty much during that first half, so we haven't had a chance to see what they're going to be doing. But we are underway here in the second half on the kickoff by Eugene Laflemme, taken there by 44, Jason Vatsakis, as he was hit there by number 77, Mark Harrias.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a squib kick there that just kind of blew through everybody on the Brownies team, and they just couldn't really quite get a handle on it. And boy, the rain is coming down. Do you believe this?
Coming down in buckets. Brownies will start off first and 10 from the 25-yard line, providing they can see through the drops.
You got to do something here.
I don't think you're going to see too much aerial stuff here in this second half. I could be wrong. 13, Dan Moriarty set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. Ball handed off to the tank, Jason Vatsakis. Hit there by number 85, Chris Tarantino. Pickup of about 7 is going to bring up 2nd and 3 for the Brownies.
He's knocked down the play by number 85, Chris Tarantino.
Brownies opt to come out on the ground in this their first second half possession. Moriarty set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. Once again, hands off to 44, Jason Vatsakis, stacked up there by number 50, Tim Hebert. And that's going to bring up 3rd and very short. Depending upon where they spot it, it almost looks like it could be a first down.
Looks like they're calling for a measurement. Referee's timeout. Look, yeah, they're going to want to measure for this one.
I think they are. From up here, it looks like maybe by a nose, but chains on their way out to the referees, and they'll check the spot of the ball.
Looks like we got it by a stripe.
And we do. First down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line.
This is NFL football weather. This isn't high school weather.
This is just crazy weather. Moriarty now looking over his backfield and the Falcon defense. Brownies getting a first down on their offensive possession. Ball handed off to Vatsakis. Goes around the left-hand side, hit there by number 85, Chris Tarantino. Pickup of maybe 4 on the play is going to bring up 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line. Brownies hopefully looking to put something together offensively to open up this second half, being down 19-6. In this, the start of the second half. Faced 3rd and 6. Or 2nd and 6, excuse me, from the 39-yard line. Ball handed off to number 12, Tommy Briggs, hammered there by 32, Derek Giordano, for no gain on the play.
That's tough yardage to try and come up through the middle. Tom's going to have to kind of see if he can bust it to the outside, and I think if he does that, I think you're going to see he's going to get some good yardage and some good open territory because he's got speed.
He certainly does, as we found out earlier in the first half as he raced for that 75-yard touchdown to put the Brownies on the board. If the hole is clogged in the middle, go to either the left or the right, and that's what Tommy did on that kickoff return, and it resulted in a touchdown. 4th and 2 for the Brownies now. Ball given up to Jason Vatsakis, hit there by number 28, Scott Corzin. And that will bring up a 4th and 2. That last play, 3rd and 6. Pick up a 4 on the play is going to be 4th and 2. Brownies look like they will go for it on the 4th and 2, not opting to give the ball away. Moriarty set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. Hands off to 44, Vatsakis over the right-hand side. Tripped up there by number 15, Bill Brady. And I think that's going to be enough for a Brownie first down. Ball spotted at the 44 on the run by 44, Jason Vatsakis.
Agawam didn't get that one, Frank. They were short. They got to give it up. Referee said, no, you didn't get it, guys.
Okay,
we're going to turn the ball back over to him.
Well, he initially on the spot, he looked like he spotted it at about the 44. I thought that might be enough for the first down, but it was not. So my apology. Falcons take over on downs, 1st and 10 from the 44. Ball handed off to number 42, Mike Paremba. Hit there by number 47, Marcus Trincini. We'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for Minachog. Ball handed off to 46, Jeff Murphy, as he tries to get around the other side. Hit there by number 71, Chris Benjamin, and number 13, Dan Moriarty. Pickup of maybe 2. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 as the Brownie defense stiffens just a little bit in the rain.
Yeah, they're starting to dig in, and they're not letting the Falcons run through them like they were in the first half. These guys are starting to get pumped up. And that's what they got to do. They got to put some life in there. Chili pepper or something that's,
I don't know.
make them angry and mean, so to speak.
Now they've got to be able to, spit lightning and chew nails. 15 is going to do just that as he's hammered there by Marcus Trincini,
big time,
Chris
big
Benjamin,
time.
and Nick Langoni.
That's what they need. That's the fire that they have to have. They've got to get really pumped up and just take it to them. If you do that, hey, you're going to come out on top. If you're coming out with that type of an attitude, you're going to go to the cleaners every time.
Big loss on the play. Quarterback keeper Bill Brady. It's going to bring a 4th and very long. Ball is going to be kicked out of there by Eugene Laflemme, number 86, on the 4th and long. Ball booted in the air. Going to roll out of bounds where the Brownies are going to take over 1st and 10 from about the 25-yard line.
That was a good stall by the defense for Agawam. They didn't give too many downs to Minichog on this, so let Minichog's defense come in and see what they can do to the Agawam offense. And
well, it's a positive note. Defense playing well on this series to open up this second half. Now, if the offense can start to come together for the Brownies and put some points on the board, we could see a different ball game.
That's a fact.
Of course, we've got to get out of this tropical season first.
Oh, no, it's football weather.
New England weather here at Harmon Smith Field. Brownies 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Ball handed off to 44, Jason Vatsekis. Hit there by number 46, Jeff Murphy, but not before Vatsekis rumbles for 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 from the 32-yard line.
I think the guys like playing in this weather. I really do.
I think every football player likes to play in the rain, especially if you have a muddy field.
Oh, yeah, you just get right in it.
Just kind of slip sliding away, dive for a loose ball and slide 15 yards onto the track. Moriarty calling the play from the line of scrimmage, hands off to Vatsekis once again, breaks a tackle, but he was really stacked up there by that defense. Short gain of maybe 2 yards is going to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 34-yard line for the Brownies.
Here's to bring up 3rd and short for the Brownies.
This is where the Agawam Brownie offense is going to have to get going.
Yeah, they're going to have to make this first down. They're going to have to keep it rolling.
Moriarty looking over the Minichog Falcon defense, calls a play from the line of scrimmage. Ball handed off to 42, Todd Chamberlain. He drops the ball, but picks it up again as he's tackled there by a host of Falcons. That's going to be a 1st down and 10 from about the 42-yard line for the Brownies on the Todd Chamberlain rumble up that right-hand side. And I think we have an injury on the field, a Falcon player down.
There's an official timeout on the field due to injury.
So we've got an injury timeout, and we'll take a timeout with the score here at Harmon Smith Field. The Falcons 19 and the Brownies 6.
There are countries where bread is scarce, but this is America. Countries where electricity is rare, but this is America. Countries where infant mortality is a problem, but this is America. Here, it's a crisis.
Along with Frank Disco, you're watching Agawam Sports Week. This week we're at Harmon Smith Field as the Agawam Brownies are doing battle with the Falcons of Minichog on the losing end here in this 3rd quarter, 19-6. We had an injury timeout on the field. Todd Chamberlain rumbling for a 1st down. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Brownies as Moriarty gets the play from the sideline.
Well, they're able to keep this drive alive, and they got to continually march down the field, Frank. And there's no other way of doing it. You can't give it up. You can't stop it now.
Okay, Moriarty did not like what he saw. And with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, we've got a timeout charge to Agawam. Falcons on top, 19-6. In a rain-soaked Harmon Smith Field.
That it is. It is big time raining.
So curious to see what the Agawam Brownies will do here. Moriarty obviously didn't like what he saw and opted to call a timeout. Ball resting on the 42-yard line. Brownies have it, 1st and 10. And looking to make something happen offensively. The defense giving nothing to the Falcons on their last offensive series. So now the offense coming out for the Brownies, and they've marched up the field quite well against the Minichog defense. 1st and 10 from the 42. Moriarty calls a play from the line of scrimmage. Ball handed off up the middle to 42, Todd Chamberlain. Hit there by number 50, Tim Hebert.
That's tough yardage to try and gain up through the middle. You've got to open up a pretty good size hole to gain anything really significant. That's maybe a 1 or 2 yard or a 1 foot or a 2 foot gain. Brownies don't need 1 2 foot gains right now. They need 10, 15 yard gains.
Yeah, they've got to work down the field. A 2-yard gain on that previous play by Todd Chamberlain puts the Brownies at 2nd down and 8 from the 44-yard line. And Moriarty with the ball. He's back to pass. No! In and out of the hands of 39, Nathan Woolley. And I'm not sure if number 15, Bill Brady, on the coverage had his hand in there or not.
There was, I think, 2 defenders on that play, and they tried to talk the referee into giving him the interception.
It would not work. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 from the 44-yard line for the Brownies. Moriarty once again bringing the troops to the line of scrimmage. Set to call the play. Ball pitched out to number 12, Tom Briggs, tries to get around that right side and dances his way to about the 47-yard line.
A little bit of a discussion here. Flag on a play? Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Tough play. Penalty to take for the Brownies. A 10-yard holding call. They'll redo the down, but 10 yards deeper. So instead of the Brownies having a 3rd and 8, it's going to be 3rd and 18. And of course, the Falcons accepting that penalty.
Oh yeah, of course you're going to take the penalty.
And I'm surprised that holding call. Brownies, that's one way to stall a drive very, very quickly, by getting a holding penalty. So Brownies face 3rd and 18 now. Moriarty back to pass. He's got decent protection, screens it over to Tom Briggs, tries to get around the outside, avoids 1 tackle, but can't avoid number 85, Chris Tarantino. Pickup of maybe 6 on the screen pass. It's going to bring up 4th and 12, and the Brownies are going to have to give it away. So offensively, the Brownies stalled again. They had the ball 3rd and 8 from the 44. 10-yard holding penalty brought it to 3rd and 18, and you saw the screen pass to Tommy Briggs that only picked up 6. So Todd Chamberlain is going to have to kick it away for the Brownies. Ball booted, nice kick by Todd Chamberlain. Takes a Brownie bounce. Down there by Dana Fuller. As we've got about 1 minute and 29 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Minnetonka Falcons on top 19-6. And the Falcons will start out 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line.
One thing, Frank, at least the rain went up a little bit.
Well, just a tiny bit anyway. First and 10 on 29 for the Falcons.
Big
Ball
hit,
handed off.
big
Yes,
hit at the line of
sir.
scrimmage there. Heavy duty.
Scott Korsen, number 28. He was hammered by number 71, Chris Benjamin. 2nd and 9 from about the 30, gain of 1, and that was a very, very hard-fought one.
You wouldn't want to go after too many more ones like that.
No, not at all. Falcons, Bill Brady, the quarterback, looking over the Agawam defense, movement on that left side of the Brownie line. No penalty called, but we have a penalty over here on the far side of the field, as number 46, Jeff Murphy, was hit there by Marcus Trincini. And I think Trincini grabbed him by the face mask.
I don't know, they're going to call it an inadvertent one, or
Well,
are they
yeah, I
going to
think
call it a
that's not a deliberate one, no. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. on the face mask. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 5. The referees will spot the ball on the 35-yard line.
2nd down and 4 for the Falcons.
Ball handed off to number 42, Mike Paremba. Tries the interior line of the Brownies. Hit there by 71, Chris Benjamin. And number 42, Todd Chamberlain, also went on to tackle. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 from about the 38-yard line. And Frank, Chris Benjamin and Todd Chamberlain have been in on 90% of the tackles here this afternoon.
Well, they've been kind of running at them too, and what they've been trying to do, it looks like what they're trying to do is get them split, and they're not being able to split those two guys apart. So consequently, they're being left in the hole, and the runner has no choice but to say, come on, I'll take you on. And at the moment, you know, they're winning.
32 on the handoff, Derek Giordano. Finally stopped there by number 13, Dan Moriarty. As time runs out here in the 3rd quarter, with the score, the Falcons of Minnechaug 19 and the Agawam Brownies 6. We'll be back in a moment. With Frank Disco, you're watching Agawam Sports Week. This week we're at Harmon Smith Field. Agawam Brownies doing battle against the Minnechaug Falcons. If you've just joined us, Falcons on top, 19-6.
You sure we're in Agawam? I thought we were down in Florida Everglades.
No, it appears it here as the rain pelting everyone in sight. And the rain here about the size of a small golf ball.
You can hear it off the mics on the camera. That sounds like someone's been popping popcorn all afternoon.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I believe someone does have a fire in the far side of the bleachers to keep warm here. Ball handed off to number 42, Mike Paremba, as he's knocked down there by number 12, Tommy Briggs. Pick up maybe 6 on the play, bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Falcons. And I think we have a injured player. Yeah, we do. Number 42, Mike Paremba on that last carry. He may have a cramp.
I think that's what you're going to come up with. The weather being cold, damp, and the ground being cold and wet. And, you know, your body's trying to exert some energy. You're going to get some cramps.
Oh, yeah, that's a cramp he's got right there. And those do hurt big time.
That's a gotcha.
Oh. The only thing you can do with that is the start athletic trainer out there now rubbing down that leg for Mike Paremba, trying to work out that spasm.
And some of our dyed-in-the-wool football fans.
Die-hard Brownie fans.
You have to be here. I mean, there's no doubt in anybody's mind that you got to love football.
And everybody has an umbrella.
And our poor cheerleaders are getting thoroughly soaked. They can't even get out of the weather.
No place to escape this weather here.
Not today, folks.
42, Mike Paremba, up now, off under his own power. 2nd and 4 for the Falcons. Ball handed off to 32, Derek Giordano, stacked up there by 82, Matt Disco. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Is going to bring up 3rd and 1 for the Falcons.
I think I know him.
Number 82?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you Matt Disco's father?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, 3rd and 1 for the Falcons. Bad snap, ball fumbled.
I don't know. Who's got it?
Brownies say we do, Falcons say we do. We'll wait for the referee's decision. Yes, the Brownies have it. Ball recovered by, looks like number 47, Marcus Trincini at the bottom of the pile.
There he is.
There he is.
Thank you very much.
Recovered by Marcus Trincini. Puts the Brownies in good shape. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line.
Marcus doesn't look too well. I think he landed on the ball the wrong way and had 19 guys on him.
Well, he certainly had a lot of guys just at the bottom of the pile. It took 5 minutes for him to clear the bodies off of them. Brownies faced
Nice
first,
recovery.
Yeah,
Nice
first
recovery.
and 10 from the 48 on the Marcus Cincini recovery. So now the Brownies get the break that they need, being down 19-6 early on in this fourth quarter. Still have a shot at it, but the offense has got to click.
Referees decided to do a towel change. One was so soaked and muddy they couldn't do anything with it.
Moriarty now first and 10 as he works the offense. Back to pass, ball up in the air. No, out of reach of number 39, Nathan Woolley, as the Brownies tried to go for it all there. As they come away empty, incomplete, will bring up 2nd and 10 once again from the 48-yard line.
That was definitely a nice ball, just a tad bit long. And it looks like Nathan had a guy that was kind of tucked in his back pocket, too.
Yeah, he had some good coverage on that play. He was stride for stride with Nathan Woolley. So Moriarty operates 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. Ball handed off to the right side by number 44, Jason Batsakis. He bulls his way for about 5 yards, hit there by number 10, Mike Ketchik. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Brownies. Brownies face now with a tough situation here, 3rd down. They have not completed many 3rd down plays here thus this afternoon. So a key 3rd down play here. Moriarty hands off the ball once again to 44, Jason Vatsakis, but he was stacked up there by 32. They met him in the hole, Derek Giordano, and number 77, Mark Harrias.
Boy, that's a tough one. Looked like someone missed a blocking assignment there for
the Brownies, yeah.
I'm missing a blocking assignment for the Brownie, but for Minichog to be able to blow through that quick and catch Jason almost 3 yards deep, something went wrong.
Yeah, Giordano and Harrias right in the hole. Brownies now faced with a 4th down as whistles blow on the field. And I think Minichog, yeah, they have. Minichog's called a timeout. So with 7 minutes and 37 seconds to play in this fourth quarter, Falcons on top 19-6 here at Harmon Smith Field. We'll be back in a moment.
Remember how good it felt the first time you gave 5? Well, now there's another way to give 5.
Timeout charge to the Falcons. 7 minutes and 31 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Brownies down 19-6, faced with a 4th down situation. And the Brownies opting to go with it instead of give the ball away here in this fourth quarter. Play brought in from the sidelines. Tom Briggs in motion. Back to pass. Moriarty. Complete to Tommy Briggs. Knocked out of bounds by number 46, Jeff Murphy, and it's enough for a 1st down. So the Brownies convert a 4th down situation into a 1st and 10.
Oh, initially it looked like the referee was calling over the chain gang to match it or to measure it. But then evidently he decided to change his mind and said, yeah, we had sufficient enough yardage to, make the play.
Well, Tommy Briggs with some good concentration on that play. Ball hit him in the hands. He bobbled it, but he had the sense enough to grab it and hold on to it for a Agawam 1st down. So Brownies 1st and 10 as the offensive series still intact for Moriarty and company. Briggs in motion once again. Moriarty over the middle. No, incomplete. And I think he was going to Tommy Briggs.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It could have been number 25, Bob Kunkel, on that. I'm not sure who he was going to. But.
Well, Kunkel, I think, was the deep receiver, and Briggs was up a little bit, about 5 or 6 yards short of Bob Kunkel. In any event, pass incomplete will bring up 2nd down and 10. Moriarty now set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. Ball handed off to Tommy Briggs over the right side. Breaks a few tackles.
Big run.
Big run by Tom Briggs as he's finally brought down there by number 46, Jeff Murphy.
Very, very important first down. And nice running by Tom Briggs. That keeps Agawam in the hunt here for that elusive 6 points that they need to put up on the board.
Certainly done, and I like the way that Tom Briggs has been running of late. He sees a lane start to close down. He moves either to his left or his right instead of trying to bull his way through the traffic. And I think only good things are going to happen with number 12, Tommy Briggs, if he continues to run like that. Brownies now 1st and 10, operating from the 26-yard line. Handed off to number 42, Todd Chamberlain. Tripped up there by number 50, Tim Hebert. Pickup of maybe 2 on the play is going to bring up 2nd and 8 from the 24-yard line. So the Brownies keeping it on the ground and doing a good job getting into Falcon territory at the 24-yard line. Ball handed off once again to Tommy Briggs. Avoids a big tackle there. Oh, he was lined up there by one of the Minnetonka players, and he just scooted to his left. Briggs picks up the first down for the Agawam Brownies down to about the 13-yard line. He was tackled by number 40, Mike DeFlorio.
That's known as sidestepping your opponent.
And it's a good thing that he did in that play. Good thing that Tommy avoided him on that play because he was lined up. 1st and 10, Moriarty operating with the Brownies. Now ball handed off to 42, Todd Chamberlain. Hit there by number 28, Scott Corzin. Pickup of maybe 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 from the Minnetonka 11-yard line. Brownies now 11 yards out from pay dirt, looking to once again get on the scoreboard. Moriarty calls a play from the line of scrimmage. Tommy Briggs in motion to the left of our screen. Pass, no, over the outstretched hands of Tom Briggs.
We got a flag on a play, and I think you're going to find a motion call against Tom Briggs because I think he went to the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
We will wait and see, but I am sure you are 100% correct, as that's what we have. Illegal motion. That's a 5-yard penalty, and that's going to move the ball to the 16-yard line, and with the penalty, it'll bring up 2nd down and 13. So that does not help the Brownies' cause here late in this 4th quarter.
No, they don't need negative yardage. We need a positive yardage.
Falcon defense now digging in deep as they're looking to hold off the Brownie offense, which on this offensive series has done a marvelous job of getting downfield into Falcon territory. Moriarty back to pass. He's got time over the middle. No. And I think he was going to number 25, Bob Kunkel, on that play. Incomplete, so it'll be 3rd down, 13 from the 16. Moriarty coming in from the sideline after he gets the play from the sideline coaching staff. Third down and 13. It's almost a 100% thing that the Brownies will have to go to the air at this point. And elect to do so as Moriarty back to pass. Ball threaded over. No! Incomplete. Tried to go to number 86, Chris Palek. So now that's going to bring up a 4th down and 13 from the 16, and the Brownies are going to have to think about this.
You make the call.
It's going to be a very interesting call. 3 points from Morton Anderson at this range will not do the Brownies any good. They're going to have to go with the 4th down play, but what they're going to go for, we're really not sure.
They got some kind of strategy they worked up on the sidelines. Let's see what they're able to come up with. What would you do, Frank?
Well, I'd pass the ball. You're 13 yards. You know, you're 13 yards out for your 1st down. You're at the 16-yard line. You're going to have to pass the ball.
All right, now we got a timeout. There must have been a confusion in the backfield in regards of where they were going, what they were going to do, and who they were going to do it to.
Clock reads 4 minutes and 43 seconds to play in this 4th quarter. Brownies on the losing end 19-6, but they are in Falcon territory, faced with a 4th down.
It's going to be a tough call.
Well, obviously, Brownies are going to have to go to the air. You've got Nathan Woolley, who can catch the ball. You've got Tommy Briggs, who can catch the ball. You've got John Ingham, who can catch the ball. Depending upon what type of pattern that they're going to run, it's going to be interesting to see what play that they're going to call.
4:43 to go in the game. I don't know. You don't want to give the ball up. And they got to make the 1st down. Nice shot there, Coach Parker.
Well, one of the things that the Brownies can do, if they don't make this, of course, they will pin the Minnetonka Falcons deep in their own territory at the 16-yard line. Hopefully the defense can take over and get the ball right back. If that is the case, it would be unlikely that there would be enough of time left at that point to do anything offensively. So the Brownies are going to have to go for it all right here. With 4:43 to play, 4th down for Moriarty in the offense. Back to pass, Moriarty, ball in the air, no! Pass intended to Nathan Woolley. So that means the ball will go over to the Minnetonka Falcons, 1st and 10 from about the 16-yard line.
Oh, they left them deep, but I don't think they left them deep enough, Frank. I think they had to get them pinned back a little bit farther than the 16-yard line. But we'll have to see what the defense can do to see if they can, A, kick a fumble out, intercept a pass, or just hold them to 4 downs and force them to turn the ball over again. So we'll just have to see.
Okay, Minnetonka operating 1st and 10 from the 16. Ball handed off to number 32, Derek Giordano, but he's stacked up there by the Brownie defense. Brownie's closing down the lanes now in hopes of getting the ball back or bring up 2nd down and long.
Defense in the 2nd half seems to come on very strong in regards to their playing, their tenacity, their desire, their heart. It shows, and you know, they're holding Minnetonka, and they're not letting them get that extra yardage that they're attempting to try and get.
Well, unfortunately, what happens with Agawam is the defense stiffens up in the 2nd half, but they're already down by a touchdown or 2.
They're going to have to stiffen up in the 1st half.
Yeah. Ball handed off there to number 46, Jeff Murphy. Hit there as he came through the hole by 42, Todd Chamberlain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 for the Falcons. Very important here for the defense now for the Brownies to dig in, try to hold them and get Minnetonka to punt the ball. Ball handed off to the left-hand side by Jeff Murphy, hit there by Brian King.
I don't
think that they're going to get that 1st down.
I don't think so, Frank. I think they held them.
They certainly did, and I think they may have gotten 1 on the play, maybe a pickup of about 1. We've got about 3 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the game. Agawam calling a timeout with the score, the Falcons 19, the Brownies 6. We'll be right back.
During the Gulf War, the National Guard and Reserve were a vital part of our military effort. All because of their training in management, operational skills, and teamwork. The same kind of training that makes them better when they come back to work for you. When your employees need time off to serve, be a hero and give them the freedom to protect ours.
Back here at Harmon Smith Field. If you've just joined us, Frank Andros along with Frank Disco for Agawam Sports Week. And you're watching the Agawam Brownies do battle against the Minnetonka Falcons. Falcons faced 4th and 2 in a punting situation as the defense is held for the Brownies. Back to punt for the Falcons, Eugene Laflemme. Nice boot by the Falcons. Picked up there by Dan Moriarty as he races up the sideline. Avoids one tackle, but can't avoid number 54, Peter Moon. And the Brownies will start out 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line.
Tackle on that play by number 54, Peter Moon.
Now it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Brownie offense. There's not much time in this 4th quarter, down 19-6.
Oh, they're going to have to get fired up, and they're going to have to come out and work as hard as the defense is, because the defense is doing their job. Now it's the responsibility of the offense to do their job.
Moriarty back to pass. Changes his mind.
Lots of time.
Changes his mind. No, dragged down there by 77, Mark Herias. Tried to scramble out of that pocket. Picked up maybe 1. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Brownies.
Looks like either the pass coverage was that good or the guys just weren't getting open, because Dan, he had 5, 6, 7 seconds. Matter of fact, he even double pumped it, and then what do you do?
Well, the pass protection was good for that particular play. Moriarty had time to pass, but obviously no one open downfield. So the Brownies face 2nd and 9 on the play, looking for some things to happen offensively. Moriarty looks back to pass once again. Long pass in the air, wide open. Number 39, Nathan Woolley, touchdown Brownies.
But I think we got some flags on the field. Thought I saw one thrown.
You did.
Bingo, and we've got a second flag.
2 flags down. First call is holding by the Brownies. That's going to bring it back.
We got a holding against Agawam.
Well,
and I thought
we've got 2 calls against Agawam.
There's 2. I think there's 2 going down, because I saw there's the first one.
All right, that's 2 infractions. Now wait a second. Now that's 15 yards.
That's a bunch of yardage.
A lot
here,
of yards. 15, 10. Yeah, 25 yards called against the Brownies here. Now that's phenomenal. You've got a holding call against the Brownies, and I believe an unsportsmanlike call on top of it.
That's right. Big time.
So you have
2nd down and what?
45
45 yards.
Unbelievable.
25,
2nd
35.
down, and they're at the 39-yard line.
What do we got here?
Well, the referee's now calling a timeout.
You're watching Agawam Sports Week every Saturday at 3 p.m. and Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and 8:30 in the evening. Brought to you by F&F Productions, your sports specialist.
2nd down and 35 from the 39. We'll call it very, very long.
Very, very long.
Moriarty looking over the defense, back to pass. He's got some protection. Ball thrown, long ball, and picked off by number 42, Mike Poremba, as he rambles up that far right-hand side and avoids some tackles, and I think another flag is being thrown.
I think there's one flag way, way back. There it is. We have it.
There it is, all by itself. Okay, now we've got a personal foul penalty being called. And now we've got a 1st down Agawam. At the Minnetonka 48-yard line is where they've spotted the ball.
How did they lose the ball?
I don't
How
know.
did they lose the ball?
Well, Agawam's got a 1st down is what happened. When we left you folks, it was 2nd and long from the 39, and now it's 1st and 10 from the 48. So
I don't know how they lost possession, how Minichog lost possession of the ball.
Oh, goodness. Back to pass. No good. I think he was going to his intended receiver, Nathan Woolley. It's going to be incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the 48.
I wish we had real slow-mo so that we could figure out all these gyrations, because that was a good interception.
Well, if the player interfered,
then
the ball
would have had us been back
back upfield, which it was. But you had numerous penalty calls, and so I'm not going to try to figure it out. It's just 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line for the Brownies.
I hope you were taping this so that you can play it back and figure out how this was going on.
Back to pass once again. Moriarty over the middle and almost intercepted by Mike DeFlorio. Boy, a dangerous pass thrown over the middle right into double coverage, too. So the Brownies on borrowed time come up with a 3rd down and 10 now from the 48-yard line.
We've only got seconds to go in this game here, Frank. It's probably what, can't quite see the clock from where I'm sitting, but it was about, what, 30 seconds, 28 seconds, something like that?
Maybe a little bit more than that. The clock partially blocked from our view. Moriarty back to pass once again. Complete! Oh, big pickup to number 86, Christian Palek, as he was knocked down there by Derek Giordano. And that's going to be a 1st down and 10 from the 34-yard line for the Brownies.
Seems like all these penalties that were up and down, back and forth, side to side, kind of get the Brownies going in a positive direction here.
Moriarty back to pass once again. Tipped out of his hands there. Ball dead. It's knocked down out of his hands by number 10, Mike Ketchick. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Once again, Brownies face with a 3rd and 10, ball resting on the 34-yard line. Moriarty, long pass, no, tipped away. Mike Ketchick just knocked it down at the last minute as the ball fired to Nathan Woolley. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 from the 34. So the Brownies now getting down to crunch time in Falcon territory at the 34-yard line, but the last couple of passes incomplete by Moriarty. He's back to pass once again, and ball incomplete again. So that's going to bring up a 4th down play. Ball intended for number 25, Bob Kunkel. Brownies now face the 4th and 10 from the 34-yard line on this, their last offensive play of the game.
Well, they're going to have to do it, and 1 touchdown ain't going to do it.
No, it's not. A touchdown at this point will not give them the points that they need to tie or win. There's not much time left in this 4th quarter. Moriarty with the ball, back to pass. He's under heavy pressure and just throws the ball away. So what's going to happen here now is the Falcons are going to take over on downs. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line with seconds left in the game.
Lady Brownies girls soccer team here at Agawam High School will be hosting the
And I'm not sure, but I think Agawam, for some reason or another, I'm not sure why, minute 4 to go in the game, has called timeout on the field. And with this timeout, we'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back after this. With seconds left in this fourth quarter, 32, Derek Giordano stopped by a host of Brownies. So for all intent and purposes, the game over. Falcons on top 19-6 as we go through the preliminaries to end the game. All the Falcons are going to have to do is just take a knee at this point and end it.
I don't think they're going to play anything more than a knee, Frank, for the simple fact they don't want to have a chance turning the ball over to Agawam again. And it's going to prove to be, you know, the only way out, and it's a shame, but that's the way it's got to be.
So the Falcons, Bill Brady, quarterback, I'm sure, will just take a knee here and let the clock run out. And does so at this point.
They're going to start the clock, but I think Agawam's out of timeouts.
Well, someone yelled, "Why isn't the clock still running?" I don't know if the scorekeeper inadvertently shut the clock down.
Oh, he probably did on the whistle.
Because the clock continues to run at this point.
And I think haven't got too many more plays, Frank.
This should be the last play of the game. Bill Brady once again taking the snap from center, takes a knee. Clock continues to run. We're down to a mere few seconds. And that's the ball game. So the Minnetonka Falcons on top of the Agawam Brownies 19-6 in this contest at Harmon Smith Field. For Frank Andros
and Frank Disco,
this has been another edition of Agawam Sports Week. Okay, we're set here at the Chicopee Comprehensive High Field for the matchup between the Agawam Brownies and the Chicopee Comp Colts. Agawam has won the toss and will elect to receive. So getting set to kick off for the Colts will be number 2, George Teagle.
And Neil Burke, the field judge.
As we started to talk earlier, Agawam and the Chicopee Comp Colts, they match up very well as an overall squad, and that's why I said that the Agawam Brownies have a good opportunity to win in today's contest.
Well, they definitely need it, Frank, because coming into this particular game down as many games as they're down, they need something to spark themselves for the remainder of the season, which isn't going to be a light one by any shade of the imagination.
No, they come right back next week into a real barn burner with Cathedral. They've got them on the home slate. So that's going to be a very important game. Of course, Cathedral in that AA race with Westfield and Minnetonka. So Agawam could well play the spoiler next weekend.
Well, I hope, well, let's take care of this one this weekend.
Oh, sure.
We'll see what we can do against Cathedral. Then after that, we got Northampton. And then after that, we got a bye. And then after that, we got Westside. Oh, yeah.
Oh, lots of football left. Okay, set to kick off for the Colts, number 2, George Teagle. Back deep, of course, Tommy Briggs. And we're underway here this afternoon. Ball taken by number 12, Tom Briggs, as he sandwiched there in the middle.
Takes the kick, brings it out to the
knocked down there by number 22, Matt Griffin. So the Brownies will start 1st and 10, ball marked at the 32-yard line. Brownies and Dan Moriarty set to start out for their first offensive possession of the game. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Ball handed off to number 44, the tank, Jason Vatsakis, as he barrels his way for about 8 yards. He's tackled by a host of Colts. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2. Ball will be marked at the 40-yard line. So the Brownies opting to go on the ground early, and they give it to their big gun coming out of the backfield, Jason Vatsakis.
Well, Jason has been their powerhouse. He's the one who's been able to make the most yardage for them. Not that the other running backs haven't, but he cranks it out the hard way.
Moriarty once again gives the ball to 44, Jason Vatsakis. Hit there by a host of Colts, but not before he picks up a Brownie first down, 1st and 10 for Agawam.
First down, Agawam.
Brownies Moriarty looks over the Colt defense. Set to go from the line of scrimmage. Big blitz on for the Colts. Ball is in the air. No!
Moriarty's pass incomplete.
Attempted pass to Nathan Woolley, number 39. Jamie Buchanan, number 42 for the Colts. Knocked it away. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Brownies.
That ball had TD written all over it, Frank. Had Jason been able to just get a little bit more fingertips on it, I think we would have had a score for Agawam, which is what they have been able to do too often in the opening minutes.
Moriarty now set to go, 2nd down and 10 on the incomplete pass to Woolley. Another blitz on, and a big fumble. Moriarty gives the ball up. The Colts were blitzing on that play. They sent the linebacker in real quick, and Moriarty let the ball go, so that's going to be recovered by number 73, Andy O'Grady, and the Colts get the first turnover of the game, and will start the other way, 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
That's a tough turnover. They can't do that. That has been the mental errors that has been haunting the Agawam team for so many weeks.
Ball given to number 27, gets to the outside. Chris Mancini knocked out of bounds by Brian Pellegrino, and there is a flag on the play, and that was behind the play just as it got started. And I think that's going to be holding against the Colts. We'll wait for the referee to give us the indication up here.
Looks like they just changed the spot of the infraction. They moved the flag about 3 yards deep. I love it. I don't like where it is. We'll just move it.
Okay, so it's not a hold, but it is a 10-yard penalty. It's going to be against the Colts for a push in the back. So that will negate the big yardage by number 27, Chris Mancini. So Colts will operate 1st and 20 from the 49-yard line. Ball handed up the middle to 34. Big traffic there by Paul Chapdelaine. He was hit almost immediately by 47, Marcus Trincini, and that's no gain.
You're going to want to run at the middle of the Agawam line. You're going to have to put more on it than what they just did right there, because you're not going to run through the middle of the line. They got some big weight up front. They got some boys that just really dig in. So today is not run the middle time.
I don't believe so. Linebackers for Agawam very quick, and they stuff the hole rather quick also. 3rd and 20 now for the Colts. Ball in the air. No! Oh, in and out of the hands. Pass incomplete to number 80, Kevin Thompson. 25, Bob Kunkel on the coverage, and I think that might have been a mental error on Kevin Thompson's part, because it hit him in the numbers and bounced up incomplete. So that will bring up 3rd down and 20 on the incomplete pass to Kevin Thompson. Ball still at the 49-yard line for the Chicopee Colts. running with the ball, getting to the outside. Paul Chapdelaine turns the corner. Big yardage for the Chicopee Colts. Finally knocked out of bounds there by Marcus Trincini, number 47.
At the 37-yard line.
So he'll pick up a lot of yardage, but not enough for a first down. That was going to make it 4th and 7 from about the 37-yard line. So the defense for the Brownies early on doing their job. But the Chicopee Comp Colts are going to go for it here on 4th and 7. Colts back to pass under some pressure. Completed pass. Oh, big play by Chris Mancini as he was hit there by number 12, Tommy Briggs, and they had him back, but that was poor tackling on the Brownies' part.
They got to be able to knock them down, Frank. You're not going to shoulder tackle. You've got to go back to basics, and you got to get a grab. And he just outran it. I mean, that's 4 or 5 extra yards that shouldn't have happened because he was hit 5 yards deeper than what he actually penetrated.
Well, if he was hit and dropped there, they would have turned the ball over to the Brownies, but instead it's 1st and 10 at the Brownie 21-yard line. Ball pitched to number 27. Chris Mancini's got no place to go as the Brownies string him out. Dan Moriarty drops him down there.
Tackled by number 13, Dan Moriarty. There's a flag down on the play.
And we've got a flag on the play. Wait for the referee to tell us what it's going to be. I did not really see the flag until it was already on the ground.
It's kind of tough to see the flag today, Frank, with all the leaves on the field. Got to kind of...
Yeah, it really kind of blends right in there, doesn't it?
Got to make that fluorescent instead of yellow.
No, we have to get the leaves swept up here. All right, we've got a penalty that's going to be refused.
Agawam refused the penalty. Second down.
By the Agawam Brownies. It is a penalty against the Colts. Ball pitched once again to Chris Mancini, and no, he's knocked down there.
Driven out of bounds by number 13.
Big play by number 13, Dan Moriarty. And we've got another flag on the play.
A lot of mistakes being made here really early in this game.
Yeah, and I think that one's going to go against Chicopee, Frank, if I'm not mistaken. There was a hold, and I think 2 Chicopee players held, but the referee saw 1, and that's all you need sometimes.
Hope it's the right one.
Holding is the call against the Colts.
So a big break for the Agawam Brownies on 2 penalties. The first one refused by the Brownies. This one they will take a holding call, bring up 2nd down and 21 for the Colts from the 38-yard line. Colts back to pass. He's got some pressure, but the big hole opened up in the middle for the quarterback to take off, and he got around Marcus Trincini on a nice move. Scott Kuchar on the quarterback keeper. Finally knocked down there by number 12, Tommy Briggs and Dan Moriarty. But he picked up a lot of yardage. It'll be 3rd and 8, ball spotted at the 19-yard line.
You don't want to do that too many times because it looks like you're going to get your quarterback beat up.
Yeah, but he had an opportunity to take off Scott Kuchar, and he's got deceptive speed. So he used it for his ability. And we've got our first timeout on the field, and we'll take a timeout with no score in the game.
Wildlife.
Scott Kuchar brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage, and we've got a delay for a second or two as the referees get things under control. Kuchar now looking over the Agawam defense. He's back to pass. Screen pass over to number 2, George Teagle. Gets around the outside. Got a nice key block there and knocked out of bounds by number 25, Bob Kunkel. Also over there, number 71, Chris Benjamin.
Close to the first down.
And that's going to be close to a first down.
I think that first down is going to be determined on how they spot the ball.
You are absolutely right. I mean as it looks right now, if they're spotting the ball there, it's going to bring up a 4th down for the Colts. 4th, and I'd say a very short one.
4th and less than a yard.
from just about the 11-yard line. So the Brownie defense hold, but a nice play by the Chicopee Comp Colts on a screen to George Teagle, number 2, and he did a nice job getting to the outside. Ball pitched out to Paul Chapdelaine. Big hole in the middle. Knocked down there by number 13, Dan Moriarty, but that's going to be a Comp first down. Referees will spot the ball at about the 4-yard line, and Chicopee first and goal from the 4.
They're allowing Chicopee to march down the field here, Frank, without too much determination of stopping them. If they continue, this is going to be a duplication of the previous 5 games. So.
Well, it will be a long afternoon for sure. Ball handed off to Paul Chapdelaine to the right-hand side. Skirts in for the first touchdown of the afternoon by Paul Chapdelaine. And the Comp Colts on top 6-0 early here in this first quarter. Comp marching up the field against the Brownies. Brownies turning in some good defensive plays, but when it counted, they kind of got bumped off the ball on some 4th down. Well, there was 4th and 1, and they didn't hold them. So we'll see what happens here on the 2-point conversion attempt by Chicopee. Ball handed off to Chapdelaine, gets to the outside and skirts in. Almost the same identical play.
Same play.
On the touchdown.
Matter of fact, that almost looked like an instant replay.
You're absolutely right. So with the Chapdelaine skirt to the right-hand side of the end zone, the Comp Colts on top of the Brownies early here, 8-0. Now it'll be up to Agawam to see what they do offensively when they get the ball. Their first offensive series, they were moving the ball down the field on some nice running by sophomore 44 Jason Vatsakas, opting to run on the ground. And then the Chicopee Comp Colts, who like to blitz with the linebackers, did a blitz and caught Moriarty off guard. Ball was fumbled, and the Comp Colts took it over and marched up the field for their first touchdown.
Well, that fumble is the one that really, stalled the drive seriously. And they're going to have to put a little bit more stickum on the hands. Make sure they hang on to this thing, because they can't handle it any other way.
Well, you can't afford any turnovers. They're very costly. They put your defense out on the field, something that Agawam can ill afford to do, is stay out there that long with their defense. So ball kicked off by number 12. Taken on the play by, oh, what a big hit. Marcus Trincini took a solid hit by number 34, Paul Chapdelaine.
That was a big hit.
Oh, boy, and I'm going to give credit right now to number 47, Marcus Trincini. He got right up, shook it off, and said, "You didn't even hurt me."
No.
And if he did, he ain't telling them.
No, he's not saying anything. That was a kind of a, I don't know. That happened so fast, it was kind of a strange one.
Big hit. Well, Marcus was on the way down, and Chapdelaine hit him full bore. Very hard hit. So Brownies on their second offensive series now start out 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Moriarty set to go for the offense for the Brownies. Ball handed off to Vatsakas, breaks a few tackles, gets to the right-hand side. Big play by Vatsakas. Finally knocked there down by Griffin and Buchanan for the Colts, but not before. He picks up a first down for Agawam, 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line.
Impressive run by Jason Vatsakas on that last play. He was able to get to the outside. And if you get the runners to the outside, they can beat their opponents. They can beat them. They can beat them for big yardage. They can beat them for the first down. They can get them for the first downs. And, hey, that's ball control. Up the middle. Now, just like anybody trying to run up the middle against Agawam. Just doesn't work.
Well, Moriarty looked at the defense. He wants a timeout, and with that timeout, we'll take a timeout. With the score, the Chicopee Comp Colts 8 and the Brownies nothing. Back here at the Chicopee Comp High School field, Moriarty calls a timeout on the field. Brownies with the ball, first down and 10 at the 49-yard line. As we'll see what the Brownies can do here on their second offensive series of this first quarter. Ball handed off to Briggs, makes a nice move to get to the outside. Uh-oh, loses the ball, and 27, Chris Mancini jumps all over it, and that's going to be Chicopee ball.
Oh, do I start singing now or later?
Well, no, don't start
Oh,
singing
Danny
at all
boy,
this week.
The pipes are playing. I don't know, Frank. It's going to be a long evening at Chicopee Comprehensive High School. I don't have any great visions of things changing here. They're definitely going to have to get their act together and make sure that they stop this thing.
Okay, Chicopee first and 10 at midfield. Ball handed off to 27, Chris Mancini. Hit there head on by 47, Marcus Trincini. About a yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 49. And getting back to what you were talking about, Frank, that's the second fumble and second turnover given up by the Agawam Brownies, something they can ill afford to do. And I'm not sure if it's just a case of jitters or if it's just a case of the Chicopee Comp Colts putting their head on the ball and making the big turnover. But in any case, Brownies going to have to learn to hold on to that ball if they want to win this game.
Oh, they're playing basic ball. There's a jump. And we got flags and laundry and leaves and everything all over the field.
Well, we got 3 flags on the field. I think all the judges called that one.
I think they wanted to air out their laundry.
Penalty 5 yards motion will go against the Colts. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 14 from the 45-yard line for Chicopee.
Brings up 2nd down and 14 for the Colts at the 45-yard line.
So once again, the Agawam defense out on the field where they have spent a good portion of this first quarter.
They're tough. They can hack it. Wear them out, but they can hack it.
Well, I'm sure they can hack it, but you don't want your defense out there very long. Scott Kuchar back to pass. Long pass. Beautiful pass. No! Broken up. Big play as Scott Kuchar attempted to go to Matt Griffin and broken up there by number 25, Bob Kunkel.
That was a nice long pass, and Bob had his eyes on that ball all the way in, and I think he tried for the interception instead of the breakup, but we're going to just play grabsies here and see who comes up with the ball.
Well, Kunkel did a nice job keeping his eye on the ball. He played it perfectly, and I think you're right. I think he intended to intercept that, but he might have taken his eyes off it just for a second. In any event, great play by Bob Kunkel, 25. 3rd and 14 now for the Colts. Back to pass once again. Kuchar, under heavy pressure by the Brownies, gets away, knocked down. Big play there by 42, Todd Chamberlain.
Nice tackle behind. I think he got behind the line of scrimmage. I think he's going to classify that one as a sack, Frank.
Well, if it depends upon once again where they spot the ball. It looked like he may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage for no gain, but it's just as good as a sack as it brings up 4th and 14 from the 45-yard line. So that means that Chicopee will have to get rid of it.
Or come up with some type of trickery.
Oh, well, or trickery is for sure. And they give the ball away. Scott Kuchar, also the quarterback, kicks to number 12, taken by Tommy Briggs. Does a little dance, and then he's smothered there by the Comp Colts. Oh, boy, they made Tommy Briggs pay for that one.
Kind of paid for that one, Frank.
And we've got a flag down on the play. Referee's talking it over, and that could go on the run back against the Brownies. 9 times out of 10 on the run back, it usually means that it is against the team that has the ball.
I don't know. What is this, clipping maybe? Or blocking from behind?
Well, I think I think he made the call holding. Yeah, he's made a holding call.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, that's a holding call. So that's a 10-yard penalty assessed to the Brownies.
Holding against the Brownies.
And they'll start out 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line.
To the 18-yard line where it's 1st and 10, Agawam.
So the Brownies now start out deeper in their own territory as things just not going right for Agawam thus far. They have fumbled away the ball on their first 2 offensive possessions, this being their third. And there's that blitz again by Chicopee. Big run up the middle by Jason Vatsekis, number 44. He's hammered there by number 49, Luke Lassard. Pickup of maybe 3. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 from the 21-yard line.
Gain of 3 on the play, takes across the 20-yard line.
So Agawam content right now with pounding the ball down at the front line of the Chicopee Colts. Well, we already set the call to play from the line of scrimmage. Somebody jumped there, but it's not going to be a penalty. Ball handed off to 44, Jason Vatsekis. He hit the middle of the pile, bounced off, went to his right. He's tackled by number 12 and a bunch of Comp Colts. Pick up a maybe 3. We'll call it 3. He'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line for Agawam.
Agawam's starting to do a little bit of positive yardage, but not great amounts. They got to start moving this thing a little bit faster.
Yeah, ball handed off there to 44, Jason Vatsekis. And what you can see right now is that the blocking assignments are not getting done up front. That's 3 straight plays to Jason Vatsekis, and he hasn't really gotten anything. As a matter of fact, it's going to bring up 4th down and 4. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. And Agawam is going to have to give it away. So 3 straight offensive series and possessions for the Brownies end up in turnovers. Todd Chamberlain punts the ball. And ball will roll out of bounds, where the Comp Colts will start out 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line. If you've just joined us, this is Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco for another edition of Agawam Sports Week. We're at the Chicopee Comprehensive High School field, and you are watching the Agawam Brownies do battle against the Chicopee Comp Colts, with the Colts taking an early lead here in this first quarter, 8-0. Scott Kuchar set to go offensively now for the Colts. Ball pitched out to number 27, Chris Mancini. He makes a nice move, but the Brownies are right there as number 83, Brian Pellegrino, was the first one to get him. That's going to be a loss of about 1 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11 from the 46-yard line for the Colts.
At least the defense is starting to, catch Chicopee a little bit behind the line of scrimmage, holding them to non-positive yardage, so to speak, and trying to slow these drives down. But the Agawam offense is definitely going to have to get their act together when they get the ball.
Scott Kuchar now set to go, back to pass. He's got some protection. Ball thrown. Beautiful spiral pass broken up. Pass incomplete. Tommy Briggs right there to knock it away. So that will bring up a 3rd and 11. Ball still at the 46-yard line for Chicopee.
Thrown into a crowd, Frank, and you can't do that. If you're going to have to try and get them open a little bit more than that, then try to, hammer into a crowd, because it's going to get knocked down.
Well, Scott Kuchar lucky. He threw right into double coverage across the middle. It could have been easily picked off by Tommy Briggs. Only reason it wasn't, it was just a little too high for everyone. Ball handed off. Big play by 55, Nick Langoni, as Paul Chapdelaine was hammered there. So another positive note for the Agawam defense on no gain. That's going to bring up 4th down for Chicopee. Scott Kuchar back to kick the ball away for the Colts. Ball hammered in the air. Nice boot by Scott Kuchar. Ball taken there by number 12. Tom Briggs gets to the outside. He's got one man to beat and dragged down. Nice run back by number 12, Tom Briggs.
Almost brought that back to the Chicopee line of scrimmage on that play.
Yeah. Nice tackle, and also Scott Kuchar made the big play there, number 11, and I think we have...
We got a piece of flag on the field.
A penalty on the play.
Clip.
Oh, boy. Okay, we've got a clipping penalty. Another costly error by the Agawam Brownies.
Yeah, and that's 15 from the flag, isn't it?
15 from the point of the infraction, so that's going to bring the ball back to about the 14-yard line. So once again, the Brownies will start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10 from the 14 on a penalty.
Brownies take over on their own 14-yard line, 1st and 10.
It's a tough penalty. Negates the run back and loses 15 on top, so that was almost about a 40-yard penalty.
Well, it hurts, and the Agawam Brownies certainly hurting here on their first 3 and 4 offensive possessions, this being their 4th offensive possession of this first half. We've got a small delay over at the far side of the field, and I think it's really not out of your picture. Yeah, I mean, it's out of your picture, but the referee is going over to the Agawam bench and telling the players that they have to back up off the field.
Getting a little rambunctious there. Want to get in the game.
Yeah.
Stick out that foot as he runs by. Boom. Remember that play a couple, 3 years ago?
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Oh, it was longer than that. I think it was about 15 or 18 years ago.
Might have been even longer than that.
One of the college games, guy ran up the sideline, got straight arm out. No, guy stuck his right arm out and took his head off. They had to award him the touchdown.
47, Marcus Cincini in motion. Ball pitched over to number 12, Tommy Briggs, as he's hit there by number 19, Nathan Warren, and number 54, Keith Hoole. And do we have another penalty? I think we do.
Flag down on the play.
I don't know what that signal is.
We do, and that's a motion
swimming?
penalty. That's a motion penalty.
Okay, well, somebody was in motion.
That's a motion penalty if that's what he's calling. There you go. Yeah,
there it is.
It's a motion penalty against the Agawam Brownies.
Illegal motion.
I think Tommy Briggs, when he went into motion on that last play, he turned upfield before the snap of the ball. He didn't cross the line of scrimmage, but he made his turn upfield.
Now that's going to be real interesting for the Agawam Brownies. That's going to bring up 1st and 15 from the 9-yard line. So the Brownies pushed back even deeper. And we've got a timeout on the field called against the Agawam Brownies. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back. Back here at Chicopee Comprehensive Field, where the Agawam Brownies have taken a timeout right after the motion penalty called against them, where it'll be 1st and 15. Brownies pushed back to the 9-yard line. And it's always a tough situation when you're pushed that far back. It pumps up the defense on the opposing team. You don't want to make any mistakes deep in your own area. And there's going to be another one against the Brownies. And I think that was number 53 that moved on the play for Agawam. That's going to be an illegal procedure call against the Brownies. And that's going to push them back even further, 5 yards back. There's the call.
Big call.
Oh, big costly mistake by the Brownies. That's going to push them down to about their 5-yard line, and they're going to be faced 1st and 20.
5-yard line is 1st and 19.
So that's going to be very, very tough, especially if the Chicopee Comp Colts can hold them here and force the Brownies to kick and give the ball away from their end zone.
That's going to be a bad giveaway. They're going to have to do something here and do it real quick. They're going to have to put 20, 30 yards on this thing just to try and salvage it.
Moriarty now set to go. Ball handed off to Jason Vatsekis as he gets a little yardage.
Vatsekis on the carry.
So not much there, as we're just about out of time here in this first quarter. And that is the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one, the Chicopee Comp Colts on top 8 over the Agawam Brownies, and we'll be right back.
I am the soldier. I am skilled and smart. I've got the training, and I've got the heart. I'm the defender of our liberty. I am the soldier. Count on me. Rising to the challenge, whatever it may be. I am the soldier. Count on me.
Here's one time it doesn't matter who your neighbor is. Here's the other. Life's too short. Stop the hate.
Well, they're going to have to do something. There's a nice shot of our cameraman high above the towers of Chicopee Comprehensive.
Braving the cold weather.
You betcha, Bippy. And no, Agawam's definitely going to have to put together some kind of a combination to get themselves out of this hole, start moving the ball, and start doing exactly what they're supposed to do. One of the up-and-comers.
So the Brownies faced, as they get set to come out of their huddle, 2nd down and 17 and a 3-yard gain by Jason Vatsekis. Ball spotted at about the 8-yard line. Moriarty's back to pass, across the middle, incomplete. And that ball not even close to Nathan Woolley, number 39.
That was close to number 12 for Chicopee, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, close enough to be almost picked off.
In and out.
Agawam face now 3rd and 17 once again from the 8-yard line.
This is basically where Chicopee wants to have Agawam, deep in their own territory. 3rd and long. And
well, it's ideal for the defense. Ideal. Moriarty set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. There comes that blitz again, blitzing linebackers, and somebody got crushed. Moriarty held on to the ball, and he was hit there by number 66, Stephen Matty. So I think that's going to be, yes, it is, no gain. That's going to bring a 4th and 17, and the Brownies having to kick it away deep, deep, deep in their own territory.
Hope he doesn't step out of the end zone.
So there'll be a big rush, I'm sure, by Chicopee. Here they come. Todd Chamberlain off the foot. Oh, a very bad kick by Todd Chamberlain is going to give the Chicopee Comp Colts great field position.
Tough kick. He just was able to, come off the right side of his foot and shanked it.
I think so, and I don't know exactly. Wait a minute now. We've got some.
A little bit of discussion here between the official and
I think there's a penalty being called on the field, and there's the flag on the far right-hand side of the field. Now that's going to be interesting to see who it's against. If that's against Chicopee, they'll re-kick.
Depends on the penalty. They could end up with a 1st down.
Well, you never know. They're discussing it amongst themselves. The Agawam Brownies over there, Marcus Trincini, one of the captains for the Brownies, intently listening, or trying to listen to the conversation.
Coach from Chicopee's not overly impressed with something.
I don't think he's too pleased about something right now. Could be the fact that maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe this penalty will go against Chicopee.
A little bit of a board of directors meeting down there, committee. We're going to redesign the football.
They're taking an awful long time to sort things out. And in a second, I'm sure we'll find out what has happened. There it is, offsides against Chicopee. So a big big play for the Agawam Brownies, which means that they'll re-kick the ball and give Agawam a chance to get it out much further than what Todd Chamberlain previously kicked. So he kind of gets a reprieve on this play. Low snap, but Chamberlain gets it off. A lot better kick. Taken there, trying to get to the outside. Nice move by number 42, Jamie Buchanan. Knocked out of bounds there by number 71, Chris Benjamin. But Chicopee will have it in great field position. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 29-yard line.
At the 29-yard line.
So once again, the Agawam defense will have to be up to the task as Chicopee is in their area once again. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Ball handed off to number 34, Paul Chapdelaine, as he was crushed there by number 55, Nicky Langoni. No gain on the play. We'll bring up 2nd down for Chicopee. Ball handed out to 34. No, he was crushed there by number 82, Matt Disco. Big play by Disco on that play.
He was able to get in on that one there and wasn't shucked out. So have to see what happens.
Oh, Paul Chapdelaine ran right into number 82, Matt Disco.
That was a very, very nice play behind the line of scrimmage, if I do say so myself.
Yes. You're not too partial about that play, are you?
Not at all. Not at all. I will, let him take the credit and stand behind him and take it with him.
Oh, yeah. And we've got a timeout on the field with the Chicopee Comp Colts on top, 8-0 over the Agawam Brownies. We'll be right back in a moment.
Brothers and fellow mountain goats, this year's recipient of the treasured Black Horn Award, Richard Lynch. Come on up here, Dick.
What are you doing this weekend that's so important you can't take a little time to test your home for radon? After all, it is the 2nd leading cause of lung cancer, and a radon test kit is inexpensive. You could pick one up on your way to the lodge.
Pass incomplete, intended for Andy O'Grady.
That was a tough throw.
I'm sorry, Frank. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Pass was intended to number 49, Luke Lassard. It was broken up by 71, Chris Benjamin.
That was a tough one for him to try to catch anyways. So it looked like it had a lot of steam on it, and it was in his face when he made the turn.
So the Brownie defense holds again. It's going to be 4th and long for Chicopee. Number 11, Scott Kuchar, will have to boot it out of there and does so. Ball taken by number 12, Tom Briggs, as he tries to avoid tackling. Can't do it. He was smothered there by number 73, Andy O'Grady. So the Colts will start out, or the Brownies will start out, 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line.
1st down, Agawam on the 9-yard line.
It's a tough place to start your first play. You're a lot of territory you got to cover here.
Well, Agawam has gotten some real lousy field position during this game thus far. And we're not even done with the half yet. Moriarty set the call of play from the line of scrimmage. Ball handed off to 44, Vatsekis, over that right-hand side or left-hand side. Ball fumbled, and the ref signals Colts ball. Boy, that doesn't happen often. When you give the ball to Jason Vatsekis, he very rarely gives it up, but a very costly turnover, as the Colts will have beautiful field position once again. 1st and 10. Referee spots the ball at the 12.
That's their 3rd turnover of this half, Frank. Those are the type of errors that you got to dig deep to try to recover from those.
Andy O'Grady, number 73, on the recovery. Scott Kuchar now set to go in great field position. 1st and 10, hands off to 27, Mancini. Mancini breaks a tackle, gets to the left-hand side. He's got one man to beat. Touchdown, Colts.
Great second effort. Touchdown, Colts.
Chris Mancini makes it pay for his club as the ball fumbled away on the 12-yard line by Agawam, and it pays off. The field position and the turnover pays off for the Chicopee Colts as Chris Mancini gets a touchdown.
Boy, that's, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything.
Chicopee will go for the 2-point conversion attempt to try to really put the Brownies in a hole. Hand it off there. Good. 2-point conversion is good. Paul Chapdelaine up the middle. So the Brownies in trouble now as the Colts on top 16-0.
This is soul-searching time, I guess.
Well, the Brownies are going to have to pick it up, if you will. I mean, the defense has not done a bad job, but they're put into that real bad situation on the field position. The offense just hasn't done anything for the defense, and the defense is really on the field for too long of a period of time.
Well, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to either make some personnel changes. They're going to have to make some strategy changes. They're going to have to fire these guys up. They're going to have to do, I don't know, anything that they got to do, they're going to have to do.
They're going to have to do something, and maybe what they need is a good tongue lashing at the halftime, which is a little ways away. There's plenty of football to go before this half ends. But I think something's got to be done, and it's got to be done inside the locker room. Kicking off, number 2, George Teagle. Well, whoa, and it's hit there on the numbers, 86, Christian Palick. But he fell on the ball, so the Brownies will get the ball 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Another bad break. He had some running room, and it just bounced right off his shoulder pads, and he was very, very smart to cover it up at that point.
Sure was. I think Christian Palick was all set to run before he got the ball.
Could have, but like I said, he was able to keep it in front of him. It didn't get behind him, and he was able to cover it. And, this is one of the better positions that Agawam has started out with.
Okay, Moriarty now set to go on the offensive possession by the Brownies. Ball handed off to 42, Todd Chamberlain, as he drags number 19, Nathan Warren. Pick up a maybe 3 on the play. I'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line for the Brownies.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Brownie offense sputtering here in this first half against the Chicopee Comp Colts. Colts on top, 16-0 over the Brownies. Moriarty back to pass. He's got, and he's hit there, and he's hammered by number 61, Shane Duclos, and number 54, Keith Houle, also in there.
Big flag on that play, Frank. I saw a hand from Chicopee go right in the face of Dan Moriarty, so I think they're going to give him some kind of a personal foul or something.
That penalty is going to go against the Chicopee Colts. That's going to be an automatic first down, 1st and 10 from the 37. They spotted at the 37-yard line. So Agawam's first break so far in this game.
That's a major one. Maybe this is enough to get them fired up and get them rolling.
Brownies at the 37-yard line.
Moriarty on the fake back to pass, incomplete. Bounced off the hands of number 86, Christian Palick. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 on the incomplete pass. Ball still resting at the 37-yard line. Moriarty looking over the Colt defense, looks behind them to make sure everybody's all set. 2nd and 10, once again from the 37. Moriarty pitches the ball out to Briggs. Briggs over to the left side. He's got some running room. He's got one man to beat. Tommy Briggs could go all the way and does. Touchdown, Brownies.
Nice move to the outside. Was able to go right down the outside edge, and everybody just blocked him out. He had that one gentleman to beat, and he just physically outran him.
Big play by Tommy Briggs, and you've got to give credit to the blockers as they sprung Tommy Briggs around that left-hand side. That goes for 63 yards.
Big run. Major run for Tom Briggs.
And that should spark some life into the Agawam team. Being down 16-0, nothing going the Agawam Brownies' way. Giving up the ball 2 and 3 times, bad field position. So this could perk them up.
Well, this is could be that fire, that spark. Maybe in that last huddle and possession time, Coach Vicarelli was able to fire these guys up and said, hey, look, it's do or die. And looks like they're going to do it.
What a nice run by Tommy Briggs. And I'll tell you, he's been having a great 2 or 3 games. I've seen Tommy Briggs play this game of football before. 2-point conversion, no good, broken up there by Luke Lassard as he stuck his hand up there, number 49. So the conversion is no good, so it's 6:46 to go in the first half. The Chicopee Colts on top 16-6 over the Brownies.
This is not as far out of reach as it looked earlier.
Well, no, not really from a score indication, but if you're watching the game and you see the bad breaks that the Brownies are getting and getting themselves into, I might add, you would think that 16-0 deficit would stand up for the whole game.
Well, hopefully they've got all their pre-game jitters.
That's some long pre-game jitters.
Pre-quarter jitters.
Yeah,
I guess. They got to get it out of their system, and you know, like I said, that's basically what I hope they're able to do, and see if in fact they can start playing football. That was an excellent run by Tom Briggs.
Big run by Tommy Briggs, and I've seen him play some good football before, but over the last couple of games that we've had a chance to watch him, it's like he's been reborn. I mean, this kid was always a good runner, but he had a tendency to run right into the pack. And now he's picking his holes, and he's moving from side to side. And I don't know if that's something that a coach taught him or told him what to do or not, but he is turning into one phenomenal runner for the Brownies. Ball kicked off by number 42, Todd Chamberlain, taken there by 42, Jamie Buchanan. Makes some real nice moves, but he's hammered there by a host of Brownie tacklers.
That's a tough area to try to motivate through. He tried to go to the outside. The outside was shut down, decided to reverse field, come to the near side field. That kind of disintegrated real quick, and he says, oh, Lord.
Well, the Brownies never really having a problem on their specialty teams on the kickoff or the punting situations. They get down there in a hurry, and they've got some big, fierce boys on that club on the specialty teams, and they do a pretty good job for Agawam. Chicopee now faced 1st and 10. Scott Kuchar on a big fake. Gives it off to Paul Chapdelaine. No way. First gotten there by 68, Brian King. And then the defense kind of converged on him.
Got a lot of warm bodies over there. Had 4 or 5 tacklers for Agawam. And that's what you got to have. You got to have that pursuit. One man slow him down, 2 men hit him. Say, hey, you're in a football game. You know?
That's for sure.
Then let him get in a huddle and say, no, I don't want the ball. I don't want the ball.
Scott Kuchar now faced 2nd down for Chicopee. Ball pitched out once again to 34, Chapdelaine, as he goes around the right side. Not a bad pickup. Hit there by 55, Nick Langoni. A little bit too much for the Brownie defense to give up as he picks up 9 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Ball spotted at about the 37-yard line.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Colts.
Brownie defense pumped up somewhat after the 63-yard touchdown by Tom Briggs. Colts 3rd and 1 from the 37-yard line. Ball given to 34. Chapdelaine hits that middle of the Brownie line, but great second effort by Paul Chapdelaine, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down as he takes the ball across the 41-yard line. We'll call it the 41-yard line is where they're going to spot it. 1st and 10 for Chicopee. Ball pitched out into the backfield. Big loss by the Brownies. 73, Dan McCarthy on the initial stop, and then the Brownie defense just converged on number 32, Sean Lausier.
A lot of pursuit by the defense. Everywhere the ball is, they've got the initial tackler, and they got 4 or 5 additional ones right there with them. And that's where everybody's trying to smell out the ball, cause a fumble, gain possession, do whatever you got to do.
Scott Kuchar once again looking over the Agawam defense, set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. Ball handed off to 34, Paul Chapdelaine, as he runs at the right-hand side of the Brownie defense where he's stacked up. And we've got a penalty on the field.
Another flag.
Matter of fact, the flag was right on top of the Chicopee Colt helmet, and you couldn't even tell it was a flag until he got up off the ground. And I think that may go against the Agawam Brownies.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a personal foul of some kind.
47, Marcus Cincini. Oh, tough call on the Brownies. That's going to be a face mask, and it's not an inadvertent 5-yard penalty. They're going to give the Agawam Brownies the 15-yard full penalty on that play.
Why not? Everything else has gone wrong. Might as well give them the extra 10 just because.
Just because that's the way everything's been going this first half.
You know?
So automatic first down by the Colts, 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
We don't want to give them a break. Come on. Makes too much sense.
Ball handed off to 27, Chris Mancini. He was stopped there by 82, Matt Disco. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Colts.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Scott Kuchar brings the offense out. Set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. He's faced with a 2nd down and 10 on the no gain by Chris Mancini. Ball handed off to 34, Paul Chapdelaine. Not a bad gain at all.
Brought down by number 73, Dan McCarthy.
Pickup of about 6 on the play. McCarthy on the stop.
Bring up 3rd down.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. But we've got a timeout. And with this timeout, we'll take a timeout with the score: the Colts of Chicopee 16 and the Agawam Brownies 6.
Tonight, Dolores had a few drinks, did some crack, and ended up another tragic story. Only she doesn't know it yet. Drugs make you forget. And if you forget how risky sex can be, you could catch the AIDS virus and not know it for months, even years. AIDS, another way drugs can kill.
Back here after this timeout, Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco. You're watching Agawam Sports Week. This week we're at the Chicopee Comprehensive High Field. And the Colts holding a 16-6 edge over the Agawam Brownies. We are still in the first half. Colts calling a timeout. When we resume, there'll be 3rd and 4, ball spotted at the 38-yard line. And I hate to keep repeating myself, Frank, but the defense on the field much too long in this game.
Well, yeah, they're on the field an awful lot. And if you play defense, you say, oh, yeah, I'm playing. I'm playing. You know, come in the 4th quarter, that tongue is going to be down around their kneecaps, and they're not going to know what to do.
No, it's just too much to be out there. Okay, 3rd and 4. Scott Kuchar now. Ball handed off to 22, Matt Griffin on the reverse. Griffin gets to the left-hand side. He's chased there by Todd Chamberlain. No, he's got one man to beat. He's up the sideline, and that's going to be a Chicopee touchdown. 37 yards unofficially for Matt Griffin. No flags on the play. Touchdown counts, and the Chicopee Colts score another one against the Brownies.
One player tried to talk the referee, saying he stepped out of bounds, he stepped out of bounds, he stepped out of bounds. Ref was too close to the play. No.
The ref was right on the play, as a matter of fact, and that's exactly what he was looking for. So Matt Griffin now gives the Colts a 21-6 lead as we wait to see if they'll go for the 2-point conversion or the point after try. And there's no kicker out there, so Scott Kuchar and company will go for the 2-point conversion to try to make it 24-6 in favor of the Colts. Ball handed off to Paul Chapdelaine, up the middle, big hole. So the 2 points is good, and the Chicopee Comp Colts go on top now, 24-6 over the Agawam Brownies. Number 2, George Teagle, will get set to kick off for Chicopee. And that's part of what we had talked about with the defense being out on the field for a long extended period of time. You just get tired. You don't have a chance to come to the bench, because what you've got to remember is you've got a lot of these players already playing both ways. They're already on the offense and they're already on the defense.
A little Iron Man football. They got to carry no 2 bottle with them just to get a fresh breath of air.
So anytime your defense can get a break on the field, it's much appreciated. And with the Brownies in this first half on the field 90% of the time, they're not getting that rest. George Teagle now with both hands up in the air. I don't know if he's signaling, are you guys all set, or if that's a little victory celebration, which is much too early if that was the case. Teagle kicks off, taken by 86 Christian Palak, and he's crushed there by a host of Colt players.
Well, this time here, Christian was able to field the ball, gain possession, was able to advance about 11, 12 yards upfield. So that's, that's nice. I don't know.
Ball taken, or ball will be spotted 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line for the Brownies. As Dan Moriarty tries to get his club back into the contest, so to speak, before this first half ends, and a very slow-paced first half.
Yeah, this one had a lot of penalties, a lot of timeouts, and
nice pass. Oh, in and out of the hands.
Almost.
Nathan Woolley with a one-handed grab, but Jamie Buchanan, number 42, right there to break it up. So that'll bring up 2nd down for the Brownies.
Would have been a spectacular catch if they were able to hang on to it.
Sure would have, because he grabbed it with the one hand, but just couldn't hold on. And of course, it didn't help that Jamie Buchanan was all over him also. Moriarty now faced 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass to Woolley. Elects to go to the air once again. He's got time. He's going long to Woolley. No!
Incomplete again, intended for Woolley.
Broken up once again by 42, Jamie Buchanan, who is step for step with Nathan Woolley, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Nice defensive posture on that play. Was able to stay in front of the ball and was able to knock it down.
Well, Jamie Buchanan, very quick. He's also a running back for the Chicopee Colts. He plays a defensive back position also. And Woolley, who's probably, I would say, one of the faster people on the Agawam club, and Buchanan was stride for stride with him.
Yeah, Woolley's fast. You give him some open territory, he'll burn you.
3rd and 10 faced by Mr. Moriarty and company. Ball in the air. No, just out of reach of Christian Palak, and he was open too.
Yeah, that had some definite yardage advantages on that one. Just slightly thrown in front of him, couldn't quite grab it, and here we go, 4th down.
So the Brownies will have to give it away again. It's Todd Chamberlain in punt formation. Gets set to give it away. Ball kick, kind of a low kick. Picked up there by number 22, Matt Griffin, as he breaks to the right side, and he's tripped up there by number 12, Tommy Briggs. So the Colts will go on the offense once again here in this first half. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 32-yard line. Scott Kuchar on the offense. Ball handed off to 34, Paul Chapdelaine. hammered there by number 55, Nicky Langoni. They'll bring up second down for the Colts.
Langone made the tackle. Second down.
So Scott Kuchar faced second down, ball handed off to, once again, to 32, Matt Griffin, hit there hard by 47, Marcus Cincini, and number 82, Matt Disco.
47 on the stop. Trencini for the Brownies. Timeout. Agawam.
And we've got a timeout called on the field, charged to Agawam. And with this timeout, we'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
If you took away a star for every 1 million people who didn't vote, and a stripe for every 5 million non-voters, and a patch of blue for the 10 million people who didn't care, exactly what kind of flag are we waving?
Third down and 9 now for Chicopee. Back to pass. Scott Kuchar. Screen play to 27. Chris Mancini gets around to the outside and steps out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds.
Luckily, they were able to push him out of bounds on that play, Frank. Otherwise, he would have had TD all over that particular play.
Yeah, nice screen pass and a nice run by 27 Chris Mancini. And I think this is coming back. We got Laundry on the field.
Oh, the dreaded yellow flag.
Oh, there it is. It's a clip. A clip against the Colts, and that's going to bring the ball back to about the 14-yard line. 3rd and 24, so a big break for the Agawam Brownies on the clipping call on a big gain. That would have been 1st and 10 at midfield. Instead, it's 3rd and 24 from the 14.
Well, it's the first break that Agawam, I think, has really gotten this this half.
Well,
so.
Probably the second one, but in any event, they'll take any break they can get. Kuchar now looking over the Agawam defense. He's got that funny ball. Fumble!
Who got it? Agawam?
No, I think no. No, the Colts are going to recover it. George Teagle, number 2, I don't think he really had possession of it. He was hit there by 47, Marcus Cincini, and it was recovered by the Colts. Now, that would have been real nice to have Agawam get a hold of that ball. That would have put them at about the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. And we've got a timeout on the field, and we'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
Can you imagine what a difference it would make if the young people of this country had the same enthusiasm for the voting booth?
Okay, 4th down and long by the Chicopee Colts as the Agawam defense is held, getting set to punt the ball. Number 11, Scott Kuchar, does so. Ball taken by number 13, Dan Moriarty. Tries to get around the right side, breaks a few tackles, and scoots up the sideline.
Taken by Dan Moriarty, flag down.
And I think there is a flag on the play, and that could go against Agawam. Once again, a bad break for Agawam, as I think that's going to be a holding call against the Brownies.
Preliminary indication.
Yeah, here we go again. Fun time at the Old Town tonight. This has got bad signs written all over it, Frank.
Boy, the Brownies cannot get a break to save their lives here this afternoon. More calls have gone against them. They fumbled the ball 3 times. They've had lousy field position. The only bright spot was the 63-yard touchdown run by Tom Briggs thus far in this first half, and a very long first half.
Oh, this one here is just we're being flagged to death. We're being penaltied to death. And now down towards the end of the half, we're going to be timeout to death.
1st and 10 for Dan Moriarty and company. Back to pass is Moriarty. He's got some pressure. No! Overthrows Christian Palick.
I think that was Nathan there, not Christian.
Okay.
Number 39.
Number 39, all right. From up here, it looked like number 86. My apology. Ball incomplete to 39, Nathan Woolley, who's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Agawam looking to make something happen here offensively, as they are down by a bunch, 24-6 in this first half. Moriarty back to pass once again. He's got time. He pumps fakes. Yes! Ball completed to number 86, Christian Palick. Knocked out of bounds there by number 80, Kevin Thompson.
Looks like there was almost a fumble on a play there. That little mad scramble on the sidelines there right by the chains. Nathan Woolley was in there to cover up along with Mr. Palick, and we got a timeout.
Yeah, another timeout call to make this first half just a little bit longer, and we'll be right back after this.
During the Gulf War, the National Guard and Reserve were a vital part of our military effort. All because of their training in management, operational skills, and teamwork. The same kind of training that makes them better when they come back to work for you. When your employees need time off to serve, be a hero and give them the freedom to protect ours.
We wanted to show you folks on that last play on an instant replay. If you think it's easy being a cameraman, just watch after this Scott Kuchar punt what happens on the Moriarty takeover. So you think it's easy, huh, folks?
Love it. Oh, back to live action.
Okay. So did you like that little instant replay that we just showed you there?
Oh, that was phenomenal.
Oh, boy. Okay, 3rd down and long for Dan Moriarty and company after the 2 incompletions. He's back to pass once again. Ball up in the air, just broken up by Kevin Thompson. Number 80 tried to go to Nathan Woolley once again.
Broken up by Chris Mancini. Check.
Looks like Agawam's starting to grope with some long straws here, Frank, trying to put some big yardage down so that they could get in for a touchdown. I'm almost tempted to say that they should go back to their basic game plan. Run around the edges and just, yeah, you're going to eat up the clock a little bit, but you're going to put the yardage on the field. So I don't know.
With not much time left in the first half, Frank, they can't go to the ground. They want to get on the board, so they've got to pretty much go to the air.
So we'll do the armchair quarterback.
Armchair quarterback stuff. Pass in the, handoff to number 44, Jason Vatsekis, as he picks up the 1st down.
Oh, that's on the ground, 1st down. What can I say?
Tackled by 42, Jamie Buchanan on the play as they do the hurry-up offense type thing. 1st and 10, and I think you'll see Mr. Moriarty go to the air on this play as they have picked up the 1st down. Moriarty fakes the handoff to Vatsekis. Wide open, 39, Nathan Woolley. Touchdown, Brownies. Touchdown, Brownies.
Nice catch. That's the one that he'll burn you on.
What a nice play by Moriarty to Nathan Woolley.
32-yard pass play from Moriarty to Woolley.
And tell me Agawam didn't need that in this first half.
Oh, they definitely needed that. They needed that desperately. They didn't want to go into the locker room down as many points as they are. Yeah, you can go down at a deficit, but you don't want to go down by 3 touchdowns. So, hey, they're coming back, and then that's the sign that they got to have.
Positive play by the pass by Moriarty to Nathan Woolley. And Moriarty has been off most of this first half on his passing. Horrible passing percentage on completions, but he makes up for it here on a real nice pass to Nathan Woolley to get on the board before this half ends. 2-point conversion attempt now by the Brownies. And Moriarty fakes the handoff, takes it himself, and scoots in between 2 Chicopee defenders. 2-point conversion is good.
That's a good sign, Frank. You know, it's
well, 24-14 now.
That's only by 10. That's not big points.
No, not considering the way that Agawam has played in this first half. They've had lousy field position, numerous fumbles, flags. A lot of things have happened to the Brownies. So to get a touchdown this late in this first half is going to be great. Number 10 for the Brownies, Brian Anderson, will get set to kick it away. And I'm a little confused on the kicking arrangement for Agawam. We saw 42 Todd Chamberlain kick the ball off, and now Brian Anderson's out there kicking the ball.
Well, Brian's been warming up on the sidelines, and they figured give him a shot at putting put a boot in it.
Line drive there.
Line drived it.
The 73, Andy O'Grady, who downs the ball there at about the 48-yard line. So the Colts, with a little bit of time left, will start out 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Colts on top. If you've just joined us here, Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco for Agawam Sports Week. And you're watching the Chicopee Comprehensive Colts do battle against the Agawam Brownies. Colts on top, 24-14. With the first half rapidly coming to an end. Not fast enough for myself or Mr. Disco, I can tell you that.
Boy, we're stretching our limitations here. It's going to be interesting.
Big
nice pull down from
by
behind
Chris
by
Benjamin.
there. Big sack.
34, Paul Chapdelaine on the run. He was hammered there by Chris Benjamin. And that's going to be, depending upon where they spot the ball, will be at about the 38-yard line. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 22 for the Colts. And we've got a timeout on the field. And with this timeout, we'll be right back.
Remember how good it felt the first time you gave 5? Well, now there's another way to give 5. Set a goal to give more. 5 hours a week and 5% of your income to the causes you care about. It'll make you feel like a winner every day of your life. So give more. Give 5. Call 1-800-55-GIVE-5.
2nd down and 22 from the 38, and probably the last play of this first half. Ball handed off to Paul Chapdelaine, hit there by 71 Chris Benjamin, and number 73 Dan McCarthy. F&F time says we are out of time here in this first half.
Well, have to see what the referees decide to do here, Frank.
Yeah.
But
it's got to be close.
The longest half, and that is it, Frank.
Yep, that is. And the end of the first half is upon us with the score, the Colts 24 and the Brownies 14. We'll be back in a moment.
There are countries where bread is scarce, but this is America. Countries where electricity is rare, but this is America. Countries where infant mortality is a problem, but this is America. Here, it's a crisis. Every 13 minutes, another infant dies. But we can help prevent many of those deaths with prenatal care from programs like Healthy Start. Find out what you can do. Why? Because this is America.
Honey, it's Mom. Please let me in. I'm worried.
Learn to see the signs of mental illness. 2 out of 3 people who get help get better. For a free booklet, call the National Mental Health Association.
Getting set to start the second half here now. Number 42, Todd Chamberlain, will get set to kick off. Back deep, 42, Jamie Buchanan for the Colts. Ball up in the air and taken by the deep back, 42, Jamie Buchanan, and he's hit there and knocked down by 44, Jason Vatsakis.
37-yard line.
Nice.
So the ball, excuse me?
Sorry.
That's okay. Ball will, you did it again 3 times.
Well, let me say it. That was an impressive hit by Jason. That was good.
Yeah,
okay,
it really was. First and 10 from about the 38-yard line for the Chicopee Colts. And we've got whistles everywhere. Why? I don't know.
Well, we've got some type of discussion going on in regards to the referee saying, well, do we really want to spot the ball? No, we need a chain crew. Can't do that without the boys on the sidelines. Can't tell your players without the chain crew? Does that make sense? No.
No. Anyway, that's what it is for, though.
Can't spot your ball
Can't
without
spot the ball without the chain crew. That always helps. So while we await someone from the chain crew, we're going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back,
wait a
I
minute.
think.
They're getting ready to fire this thing off here now.
All right, so we won't, so we're going to stay with you. First and 10 from the 38-yard line for the Colts. Scott Kuchar set to go offensively to start this second half. Colts on top, 24-14 over the Brownies. Burst in the middle by number 34, Paul Chapdelaine. Stacked up there by the Brownie interior line. Pickup of maybe 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 from the 40-yard line.
2nd and 8 at the 40.
Kuchar hands off to number 34, Paul Chapdelaine. He goes over the right side of the line. Stacked up there by the Brownies defense, Todd Chamberlain and company. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 from the 43-yard line on the 3-yard gain by Chapdelaine.
Seems like the Brownie defense is kind of stiffening up here a little bit, Frank, and not letting Chicopee run the ball as well as they were doing in the first half.
Yeah, maybe something happened and transpired in that locker room that we're not aware of, but the intensity level thus far of the defense, very strong. Fake handoff, nothing there as Chapdelaine is stacked up by number 71, Chris Benjamin, and the Agawam defense. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 5.
4th and 4 for the Colts.
Big play right there.
Well, that's the way the Agawam defense is certainly capable of playing, as Scott Kuchar now will have to give it away to the Agawam Brownies. Brownies down 24-14. If you've just joined us, Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco for Agawam Sports Week. We're at Chicopee Comprehensive High School this week. Ball booted away by Scott Kuchar. Taken there by number 13, Dan Moriarty. Breaks a couple of blocks. Gets back to about the 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Agawam Brownies.
Out to the 37-yard line. The 1st and 10 from the 37.
So we'll have to see here on this first offensive series by the Agawam Brownies if they can move the ball against the Colts without giving it up or having some penalties called against them.
Or fumbling it, or whatever misfortunes have occurred.
So Dan Moriarty now set to go on this first offensive series of this second half. 1st and 10 from the 37. Ball handed off to Jason Vatsekis. Big pickup as he drags everybody with him. Finally knocked down there by number 42, Jamie Buchanan, but not before he picks up a Brownie first down. Ball spotted at the 49.
Nice run again by Jason. Good yardage on the ground. 1st and 10, do it again.
That's what the cheerleaders are singing, by the way. 1st and 10, do it again. And let's hope that the Brownies can, in fact, do that. As Moriarty looks over the Chicopee Colt defense. Hands the ball to the tank, Jason Vatsekis, as he goes through the interior line. Stacked up there by the Colts. Short gain, pickup of maybe 3 on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 7. Ball spotted at about the 48-yard line.
50-yard line or the 48-yard line.
And I'm not sure if you folks have noticed, but the Agawam offense seems to be gelling just a little bit also. They've got a little fire in their eyes now.
Looks like they got a little feisty there. They're starting to, fight for the ball a little bit. That's what you want to see.
Sure is. Big pickup by number 12, Tom Briggs on the pitch out. Knocked out of bounds by number 19, Nathan Warren, but another Brownie first down. Ball spotted at about the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, do it again.
Well, I think maybe if I was the coach, I think that I would probably have made an impression on these young football players in the locker room. And very possibly, I think that's what occurred.
Well, the Brownies certainly playing up to par now here offensively as Dan Moriarty looks over once again the Colt defense. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 40. Quick opener, 42, Todd Chamberlain. He's got one man to beat. Key blocked there by 39. Gets around the outside. Todd Chamberlain, touchdown Brownies! Oh, yes. 38-yard burst by Todd Chamberlain puts the Brownies a little closer, 24-20.
That definitely improves your position.
Oh, it certainly does. What a key block that Moriarty got as he moved, Todd Chamberlain got as he moved downfield. But a more key situation was the way that the line blocked. There was a hole big enough to drive 10 guys through.
Yeah, big opening in the offensive line there. Let Chamberlain go through. See what they do for the point after.
Moriarty, no, he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. He tried to skirt to the outside, and he was hit there by number 22, Matt Griffin. So the 2-point conversion goes by the wayside. But more importantly, the Brownies pick up a touchdown on a 38-yard burst by Todd Chamberlain as they get a little closer to the Colts, and the score now reads 24-20 in favor of Chicopee Comp.
Colts 24, Brownies 20.
Big score. Big score, big life on the Brownie side tonight. Or this afternoon, I should say.
And I'm sure the coaching staff on the sideline is ecstatic right now for their club as they pick up the pace here in this second half. Number 10, Brian Anderson, will get set to kick off for the Brownies. And now we'll see what happens with the Chicopee Colts on their offensive series in this second half. They've already had to give it up once already in the opening drive of their first half series on a tough Agawam defense. Let's see if the defense can do it again here. Or better yet, let's see if Morton Anderson get his foot into this and the specialty teams can pin Chicopee Comp back deep. Ball taken. Big play by 42. Jamie Buchanan gets to the outside. Skirts around that right-hand side. Bob Kunkel, 47. Marcus Cincini. They all try to get him. Finally, he's driven out of bounds there by number 36, Brian Brunel.
All he saw was brown shirts, Frank.
Yeah, they kind of pinned out Jamie Buchanan. So the specialty teams do their job as the Colts now will start out 1st and 10. Ball spotted at about the 30-yard line. And I don't know if you can hear it from up here, but the Brownie sideline players are going crazy over there in the far side of the field, screaming for the defense to get into this game. Ball handed off to George Weigel, number 2, and he's hit there by 68, Brian King.
By number 68.
And we've got a penalty on the field. And I think that's going to be a motion penalty against the Chicopee Comp Colts, Frank.
Sure looks like on that motion call, again, same thing that happened to Agawam in the first period against Tommy Briggs. The gentleman, as he come down the sidelines, just turned upfield before the snap. But that's an interesting sign that I've been seeing by the referee. I've never saw that one before.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird motion call that he's making.
You know, it's like you're trying to slip it under the rug.
Yeah. So the Colts now on the penalty as we redo the first down, 1st and 15 now. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line as the Agawam defense toughens up, and the crowd here getting into the game and getting behind the players. Scott Kuchar back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Over the middle, complete to Luke Lassard, number 49. He's got one man to beat, and that's Dan Moriarty. Moriarty takes him out.
Boy, that was a foot race right down there to the 10-yard line, and Moriarty was just able to climb his back and run him out of bounds.
What a beautiful catch and run by Luke Lassard.
Very heady play by Moriarty and an excellent catch and run.
Ball spotted first and goal from about the 9-yard line, and a nice pass by Scott Kuchar, number 11, for the Chicopee Comp Colts. So the Colts now deep in Brownie territory, threaten again here in this second half.
This is the test of the D.
It certainly is. First and goal from the 9. Kuchar looking over that Agawam defense. Ball handed off to 34. Paul Chapdelaine runs into a host of Brownies.
Stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Now he may have picked up 3 or 4 yards on the play, but the Brownie defense converging quickly. That's going to bring up second and goal. Ball spotted at about the 5-yard line.
Well, the D looked like they toughened up right there. Didn't give them an awful lot of yardage, and hey, maybe they're going to keep them out. We just have to wait and see.
Quarterback number 11, Scott Kuchar, brings the Colts up to the line of scrimmage. Defense looking on. Kuchar fakes the handoff. He's on the quarterback keeper, and nothing there. Ran right into 42, Todd Chamberlain, and number 71, Chris Benjamin, and the rest of the Brownie Brown shirts. And that's a big loss of about 5 on the play.
Major loss. Like I said, the defense is starting to do some real containment, do some good pursuit. They're following the ball, they're tracking the ball, the fake isn't working. Hey, and looks like we got ourselves a timeout.
Yeah, the Colts calling a timeout. With the score, the Colts 24, the Brownies 20. We'll be right back.
He protects all living things in the forest. But he can't do it alone. Please don't play with matches. Put out your campfires. And never, ever forget the words of Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Colts face now 3rd down and 10. Ball handed off to number 22, Matt Griffin. Stacked up there by number 12, Tommy Briggs, and 68, Brian King. But more importantly, that's going to bring up 4th down and 3 from about the 3.
Number 68, Brian King. Timeout. Colts.
So the Colts now faced 4th and 3 from the 3, and the defense playing very well thus far in this second half. Of course, the long ball given up on a beautiful completion by Scott Kuchar.
Agawam was really starting to tighten up. You can see it in their play, Frank. You can see it in their blocking. You can see it in their offensive and defensive blocking. These men are out there to take command, and looks like they're going to try and win this game.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that they go out with every intent to win the game and try to win the game. It's just that they've had a lot of bad luck and penalties and fumbles and bad plays in the first half, but they've come out in this second half with fire in their eyes offensively as well as defensively. So that's a positive note for the Agawam Brownies to start this second half.
Up to the line.
Here it comes, 4th and 3 from the 3. Brownie defense. Kuchar back to pass. He's got a man open on the right side
Flag.
of the end zone. No!
And there's a flag on the play too, Frank.
No, no, no.
He caught it.
No, he did not catch it. He did not catch it.
No?
He signaled that he thought he caught it. He's trying to get the referees to say he caught it, but that's an incomplete pass. And Griffin, there he is, number 22. He's ripped, but he did not catch that ball in that far right-hand side of the end zone.
Well, even if he had, there's a flag on the play.
Incomplete.
Referee just picking it up now.
Brownie defense really ecstatic over holding off the Colts. But did the penalty go against the Colts or did it go against the Brownies? It went against the Colts on a holding call.
That's right. So that, whether they intercepted it or whether they caught it or not, it wouldn't have made any difference.
Obviously, of course, the penalty declined by Agawam, so they'll take over very deep in their own end zone. 1st and 10 from the 3.
That's known as
Can't get much deeper than that.
You're starting at the fireplace now.
Oh, boy. Dan Moriarty hands off to 44, Jason Vatsekis. Not much there. Pick up a maybe 2 as the Colt defense swarms on that right-hand side. 2nd and 8 ball brought out to about the 6-yard line.
6-yard line. 2nd and 8.
And credit goes to that Agawam defense. Boy, you got to be really proud of them, holding them off like that. 4th down and 3 from the 3.
Oh, that's the bootstraps. That's the one that makes you really want to get out there. That's what fires up your defense and says, okay, guys, we did it, now you do it. And it looks like the defense and the offenses looks exactly that's what they're going to do.
2nd down and 8 now, faced by the Brownies deep in their own territory. Once again, Vatsekis on the carry, but he's stacked up there by the defense. So nothing happening on the first 2 plays. And no gain on the play. I'll bring up 3rd and 8 from the 6.
This next play is going to have to be a gutsy one.
Oh, what will you call? I mean, you're down deep at the 6. Do you pass? Do you run?
I have no idea.
It's going to be a tough call. And I think Mr. Moriarty just signaled a timeout. Yeah, someone wants to talk about it over at the sideline. I think they want to see what they want to do. And with this timeout, we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back here after that timeout. If you've just joined us, this is Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco. And you're watching Agawam Brownie football as the Brownies doing battle with the Chicopee Comp Colts. Faced with a 3rd down and 8 from the 6-yard line. The defense so far doing the job here in this second half and holding off the Colts. Big play made on a 4th and 3 from the 3. Pass was incomplete to Mr. Griffin of the Colts, who thought he caught it. Referees ruled that he didn't. And then a penalty call holding against the Colts gave the ball declined by Agawam, the ball back to the Brownies. So here they are, 3rd and 8 from the 6. Dan Moriarty calling the play from the line of scrimmage on a key play for the Brownies. He's in his own end zone, back to pass. Pass complete to 39, Nathan Woolley.
That's probably one of the more gutsiest calls you ever want to have in your life.
Oh, passing.
And it had to be made.
A passing play, stepped into the end zone with the Colts swarming all over him, pass complete, and that's a 1st down.
They had to make that 1st down. Had they not made it, then, you know.
Well, it would have been, you know, Todd Chamberlain kicking off in his end zone, and anything could have happened.
That's right.
So a gutsy call by the coaching staff of Agawam as Moriarty gets out of a jam. 1st and 10 for the Brownies. Ball pitched out to Briggs on the outside, skirts around that outside, he heads up the sideline. He's got a couple of men to beat. Moriarty, I don't think anyone's going to touch him. He could go all the way. Moriarty, Tom Briggs, and I'm so excited, I don't know who's got the ball.
What a run.
Tommy Briggs with an 85-yard touchdown.
Unreal. Just got to the outside, was able to sidestep a couple tacklers, and just literally outran Chicopee Comp.
I got so excited I forgot who the heck had the ball. I don't care, it's a Brownie touchdown, and we haven't seen it much this year, Frank, but the Brownies on top right now, 26 to 24.
Unbelievable. That's all I can say, is just unreal.
So Mr. Moriarty set to go with the 2-point conversion try as the Brownies elect to go for the 2 instead of the 1. Moriarty under pressure. He's got 42. Todd Chamberlain holds on, and the 2-point conversion is good. Oh, hey, what do you say? The Brownies on top 28 to 24 now on that 85-yard scamper on the left-hand side by Tommy Briggs with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go in this 3rd period. And if you sit back and open your ears, you'll hear that crowd screaming Agawam, and for a very good reason, because the Brownies were down at 1 point by 2 touchdowns, and they have scored here a couple of times to take the lead.
Impressive, impressive, impressive. Agawam is playing like they should have been playing since game 2.
Well, they've had the opportunity. They've had some big plays and some bad plays.
Big yardage. Good blocking. Everybody's been blocking well. They've been holding their blocks. They're opening the holes. They're giving the runners the opportunity to get loose, get them outside the 3-yard downfield after the line of scrimmage, and then ability and desire takes over from there.
Well, I'll tell you, as a viewer, and if you are an Agawam fan watching this game, you have got to be ecstatic at the edge of your seat. As the Brownies take the lead, Brian Anderson kicks off, taken by number 22, Matt Griffin, and there's that special team unit led by 68, Brian King, as they swarm all over 25, Matt Griffin.
Yeah, he didn't, he met a few warm bodies.
Oh, he certainly did.
And a brick wall.
22, Matt Griffin. I incorrectly quoted him as number 25. So the Colts will start out 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Agawam's really fired up, and the coach, Chicopee Comp's trying to get his team fired up. And I don't know.
Well, the Chicopee Comp coach is screaming on the sidelines as he's watched the big lead slip away. There's Paul Chapdelaine, runs right into the Brownie defense, and there's a flag. There was a flag before that. There was 2 flags on the field, and that's going to be a personal foul against the Brownies, and that could be a late hit, piling on, you name it, but it's going to go against the Brownies. So,
well, the defense is fired up,
they certainly are.
They're going after it, and they're going to go after it as hard and as heavy as they possibly can. And yeah, it can happen. I mean, you know, you get so intense in this thing, and man's not going down. You hit him, and the whistle already blew.
And of course, that defense is sky high right now. So
they're up. They're up big time.
Lot of energy there. Lots of energy. 1st and 10 now on the personal foul call against the Brownies. Ball spotted at the 46. Ball handed off to Chris Mancini. Oh, bang! Oh, what a play by Brian King and Dan McCarthy.
Thank you very much.
Well, they just crushed him.
A hit. 2-timing.
Oh, 2-yard loss on the big crunch time hit by Brian King and Dan McCarthy as Chicopee faced 2nd and 12, as the Chicopee Colts now seem to be playing a little bit desperate as they watch their lead shrink down to being behind 28-24 to the Agawam Brownies. 2nd and 12 now for the Colts. Back to pass is Scott Kuchar. He's under heavy pressure. Langoni trying to get him. Oh, almost picked off.
Almost by Marcus.
Oh, Marcus Trincini tried to run before he actually had the ball.
He's upset. He wanted that interception big time.
Almost picked off by Marcus Trincini. Sometimes that happens, too, and I think we've got a penalty on the play.
I think we got a flag on the play. Someplace. Where is it?
Somewhere I saw a flag.
It could yardage. Be, there it is. Big yardage. Holding.
Oh, boy. Holding against the Chicopee Colts.
Now, all the misfortunes that were granted Agawam in the first half seem to be coming back and haunting Chicopee Comp in the second half.
Well, right now, like I say, they've watched their lead go down to nothing. At the half, they were enjoying a 2-touchdown lead, and they've watched the Brownies just come back. So they're rattled. Their club is rattled at this point. And it shows. 3rd and 25 from the 40. Scott Kuchar back to pass across to, I'm not sure exactly who he was going. I think he was going to maybe Luke Lassard, number 49.
I thought he was throwing it to number 26 for Agawam. Bob, just three.
I think maybe Bobby thought the play was to him, too.
He says, you're throwing it at me.
Oh, boy.
And Comp has got a big 3rd down and long.
Yes, third and a real long 25 on the incomplete pass to Thompson. Kuchar back to pass. He's under some pressure. Nice thrown ball, but
interception. Flag on a play
by Tommy Briggs. He just stepped right up and right in front of it and picked it off.
Brings the ball back to the 37-yard line. Flag down on the play.
We got a blocking from behind.
You certainly do. That's going to be against the Agawam Brownies. but they will retain possession of the ball. It's just going to hurt them on the nice run back by Tommy Briggs. They'll start out 1st and 10 from about the 49-yard line. So the Brownie defense, I mean, everything coming together thus far in this second half. And I don't know what the coaching staff said to them boys at halftime, but I wish they'd have started it in the second game.
Well, they said, I don't know. I don't even want to think what they said.
Probably it wouldn't be for publication, but I'm sure whatever they did, it works.
It worked, and that's all that counts.
Ball handed off to 42, Todd Chamberlain. Chamberlain off the left-hand side. He's got number 49 to beat. Number 12 chasing him. Chamberlain, no one's going to touch him. Touchdown, Brownies. 49-yard burst by Todd Chamberlain, his second of the afternoon.
And we're not even out of the third quarter yet.
We're 39 seconds to go, I believe, in this third quarter.
Right.
49-yard touchdown burst by Todd Chamberlain. And we are so excited here in this broadcast booth. I know that something fell down, and it was my soda that fell down. I think I kicked it down on the ground. But that's okay. It's worth it to see the Agawam Brownies play the way they're playing here in this second half.
They're playing phenomenal football, Frank. Just unbelievable. The hole closed for Todd. He was going to cut to the inside, saw the hole shut down, took 2 steps to the outside, and just ran it right upfield. And that's exactly what you've got to do. If you don't do it, then you got problems. Blocked.
Uh-oh, ball blocked and picked up by number 27, Chris Mancini. Mancini could go all the way. No one's going to touch Chris Mancini on the block. Oh, boy. So the Colts now will get a 2-point play out of this. And the Agawam Brownies will kick it back to the Colts on the point after attempt by Brian Anderson. Holy cow. So things still stirring in the stew as Chris Mancini runs the ball back for a 2-point play. And that's going to make the score the Agawam Brownies 34 and the Chicopee Comp Colts 26.
Brownies 34, Colts 26.
I just hope that block punt with the return for the touchback doesn't deflate Agawam's desire to play ball here.
Well, I don't think so. We're watching them on the sidelines, and you're watching players in jubilation jumping up and down. I don't think that the Agawam Brownies are going to let this one slip away.
Well, I hope not, because they need to win. They need to win desperately.
And I think that defense is going to do everything in its power to shut down the Colts from here on in. And it's nice to see the offense of the Agawam Brownies come alive. I mean, we've talked a lot through the first 5 or 6 games about the defense for Agawam. And now we're finally getting a chance to say, hey, here comes the Agawam offense. How do you like it?
Yes, thank you very much.
Number 10, Brian Anderson, set to kick off for the Brownies. Kind of a squib kick taken there by number 15, Wayne Constantine. Hammered there. Once again by number 36, Mr. Brunel. So the Chicopee Comp Colts will start out 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line.
Out to the 40-yard line. Colts 1st and 10.
If you've just joined us, Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco for Agawam Sports Week. Agawam Brownies on top 34-26 over the Chicopee Comp Colts. Late in this third quarter with a few seconds to play. Ball passed in the air, overthrown to number 34, Paul Chapdelaine.
Try to air it out there a little bit, Frank, and was, considerably overthrown.
And I think one of the Agawam players pushed someone because there is a flag on the play, and I think the referee called it. I saw it, but I was afraid to say it, but the referee saw it anyway.
Oh, we don't want to help the officials.
No, I didn't want to say anything, and of course,
we can avoid it.
It didn't help anyways. The ref saw the same thing I did. That's going to be a push from behind. which is a 10-yard penalty. So that's going to move the ball ahead. 1st and 10 from midfield for the Colts. So the Agawam defense is going to still have to be on their toes, as Scott Kuchar and company capable of putting an offense together, as we've already seen in the first half.
Oh, yeah, they can be very, very dangerous. You turn them loose and they'll burn you. But I think Agawam's basically got them contained.
Yep, Scott Kuchar back to pass. He's under somewhat pressure.
Intercepted.
Dan Moriarty cutting to the outside. He breaks one tackle, can't break the other ones. He's hammered out of bounds there at about the 39-yard line. 2nd interception for the Brownies on the day.
Nice interception by Dan Moriarty. Took the ball away from Chicopee Comp and let the offense play. Now,
and he had to really, excuse me, Greg, he had to really jump up there to get that interception.
The offense has had their break. The defense is going to get their break. Now they're starting to play, more, even. And that extra, 2 minutes or 3 minutes of time to get your breath, very important.
Means a lot in the later stages of the game. Brownies and the Moriarty club. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Ball handed off to 44. Jason Vatsekis gets to the outside, breaks a tackle, dropped down. He had one man to beat. Kevin Thompson, number 80, caught him from behind.
On the carry. Big gain on the play. 1st down. Brownies.
And we are just about out of time here in this 3rd quarter. F&F time says 1 second to go on the clock. 1 second is gone, so F&F time wrong, but very close.
Not wrong by much.
Not by much. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Agawam Brownies 34 and the Chicopee Comp Colts 26. We'll be right back.
This is where I live.
And 10. As they have the ball here to start this 4th quarter. On top, 34-26. Moriarty looks for somebody to pass. He's under heavy pressure and big sack. Led there by number 2, George Teagle. Boy, big play by the Chicopee Comp Colts.
Yeah, that's an uplifter for the Colts to be able to grab the quarterback start of the 4th quarter. Even though they're down by a whole bunch, it still can be a meaningful type of tackle.
2nd down and 16 from the 47-yard line now after the Moriarty sack by George Teagle. Blitzing linebackers coming in. Handoff to 42, Todd Chamberlain, tackled there by number 12. Pickup of maybe 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14. So the Brownies, once again, in this 2nd half, faced with a 3rd down and long situation. One would have to, if you were a betting person, would have to say that the Brownies would go to the air, but now would be a good time to fool the Chicopee defense and go with a running play.
Yeah, take it around the end, like they've been doing very, very successfully since the start of the 2nd half. Don't get fancy.
No doubt
Go
about
back
it.
to basics.
Well, we'll see what they run. Moriarty looks over the Colt defense. 3rd and 14. In fact, pitched out to Tom Briggs. Tom Briggs cuts across the center, breaks a couple of tackles. Briggs to the outside. He's got one person, 42 to beat. And finally knocked down there by number 2, George Teagle. 1st and 10 for the Brownies.
Nice gutsy play. Able to pick his way through the defense. Make up 10, 12 yards on the play. You got a 1st down.
Ball spotted at the 29-yard line for the Brownies, so they are in high gear again. '28-yard line. Ball handed off to Vatsekis as he's hit there again by number 2, George Teagle. Pickup of maybe 2 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 from the 26 for the Brownies.
Where it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 7.
This game's running real. Yeah, can't even talk right. This game's running real long, Frank.
It's probably one of the longest games that we've had to do here this year. But it's worth it. The Brownies are on top.
They're on top. We're going to stay with it,
26,
folks.
so we're going to stay with it. We're already looking over the Colt defense. 3rd and 7 from the 26. Ball handed off to Jason Vatsakis. Hit there by number 80, Kevin Thompson.
Thompson on the stop with Nate
I don't think Jason was ball carrier. I think it was Todd Chamberlain, number 42.
4th down and 5.
Well, it looked like Jason Vatsakis to me, but then again, I've been wrong before. Also on that stop, Nate Warren. 4th and 5 from the 24 now for the Brownies, so they've got some soul searching to do as far as what they're going to run offensively. Moriarty talking to the referee. I don't know why.
Just want to know what time it was, what he's having for supper. It looks like we got a timeout on the field.
We certainly do. So with this timeout, we'll take a timeout with the Brownies on top, 34-26. Back here at the Colt Field with the Brownies on top, 34-26. Brownies talking it over on the sideline. They've called a timeout faced with a 4th down and 5, ball resting at the 24-yard line. Curious to see which way the Brownies will go, Frank, if they're opt to go for it or kick it away on 4th and 5. I doubt very much they want to kick it away on the 24, but you never know.
Hopefully they don't want to. Hopefully they don't want to give up the ball. That's for sure. So they got to make the 1st down. But they're kind of deep in the territory here. So if in fact they don't make it, Chicopee's going to start out kind of deep anyway. So have to see what happens.
Moriarty set to call the play from the line of scrimmage. Hands off to Vatsakis. The tank over the right side. And I don't think he's got enough there as he was tackled by a host. And he does not have enough for the 1st down. So the Colts hold defensively and will start out coming back the other way, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
But at least the defense has had a chance to get themselves a 4 or 5 minutes worth of rest, be able to get something to drink, sit down a little bit, maybe not, and they're fresh. And it's going to be impressive. Better be impressive.
Well, that rest that they have is very important to the Brownie defense at this point in the 4th quarter. And that's where it will tell. Ball pitched out to 34. Paul Chapdelaine as the Brownie defense converges. Tackled there by number 12, Tommy Briggs. Also in there, 47, Marcus Trincini. Pickup of maybe 5, and the player bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Colts.
2nd down, 2nd and 5.
I don't know. I think we got an injured player down here, number 83, Brian Pellegrino. Maybe not.
No, I'm not sure.
He took a while to get up off the field, so I don't know. Maybe he had the wind knocked out of him or something.
Well, he's okay and goes off under his own power, which is important. So Colts now 2nd down and 5 after the turnover. Brownies trying to go for it, 4th and 5 from the 24. Vatsakis on the carry, couldn't do it, and the Colts take over. But here's the Brownie defense really converging on Chris Mancini. Brian King.
Oh, yeah, Brian King slowed him up, but it was number 82 that took him out.
Yeah.
Heavy duty hit. Unbelievable.
Big play by Brian King to slow him up, and then he was hammered there by 82, Matt Disco. And that's got to hurt.
Yeah, all you saw in that one was bodies going. Oh, Lordy. Well, that's football. Welcome to the game.
Oh. Colts now 3rd down and short. Scott Thompson looking over the Agawam defense, back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Ball completed to Kevin Thompson. Tommy Briggs on the coverage knocks him out of bounds. So it's going to be a 1st down and 10 from about the 42-yard line. And that's the first time in a long time in this fourth quarter, or I should say in this second half, that the Brownies have given up that first down.
Yeah, they've, I think that, matter of fact, I think that is the first time for a first down for them. Or for Chicopee Comp in this
If not,
half.
it's certainly one or two that the Brownies have given up only in this second half. Ball handed off to number 27, Mancini. He's leveled there by number 26, Bob Magistri. And I'll tell you, that's nice to see the sophomore out there, Bobby Magistri.
Yes, sir. They're starting to put some new talent in. They're starting to move some players around. Starting to give some of these sophomores who have been out there working in practices the opportunity to play in the game. And that's what you got to do. You have to do it.
Boy, I love seeing that from up here. You know, a lot of these guys, Bobby Magistri and Nathan Woolley, Jason Vatsakis, Matt Disco, a bunch of them coming in from that youth football. And when you get a chance to sit here and watch these kids play in the senior division, boy, it's a real thrill.
Oh, and
back to pass, Scott Kuchar, long pass.
Airs
what
it
a
out.
beautiful pass, but about 5 yards too long.
Yeah, he really aired that one out, but caught that one on a rebound.
Thompson for the Colts, out of his reach by about 5 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Ball still resting at the 45-yard line. If you've just joined us, Frank Andrus along with Frank Disco, you're watching Agawam Sports Week. This week we are at the Colts field at Chicopee Comp. Agawam Brownies on top 34-26. We are in the fourth quarter. And back to pass once again. Scott Kuchar completes the ball. And what a nice play to Paul Chapdelaine.
Pass is complete to Chapdelaine.
Knocked down there by number 12, Tommy Briggs, and we've got a flag on the play. Referee's discussing it, and I think that's going to go against the Colts.
I don't know. I think we're going to have maybe a possibility of a blocking from behind or a clip.
Yeah, okay, there's an illegal use of the hands call against the Colts, and that's going to bring them back and negate that gain. That's going to bring up 4th down and 22 from the 30-yard line.
Long in a group.
In a big group.
That takes the ball back to the 30-yard line where the Colts will have it 3rd and 22.
The announcer up top is trying to give him a free down.
Yeah, I know he is.
Oh,
Nobody's going to buy that one.
No. Oh, yeah, we'll have that
22.
5th down.
Yeah. Scott Kuchar looks over the defense, and I'm not sure if Scott Kuchar called a timeout or not, but someone did, and we'll stay with you during this timeout. And I think maybe the sideline of the Chicopee Colts called the timeout. 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the game. Brownies on top 34-26. And I'm interested to see now, of course, the Colts don't want to give up the ball with about 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the contest. They don't want to give the ball back up to the Brownies. They are trailing 34-26. So I would imagine here that they're going to want to go for it and try to pick up that 1st down. But if they don't make it, they're going to give the ball over to the Brownies in pretty good field position at the 30.
Exactly. They've got a tough decision to make here. A, kick it away, possibly be able to get, maybe a 30-yard kick, put the Brownies down somewhere around on their 40, 35, 40-yard line. Yeah. Go for it, make the 1st down, or play the game.
Oh, sure. Hey, look at this, the hook and ladder play to number 2, George Teagle. What a nice play, and you don't see that too often. Tackled there by number 71, Chris Benjamin. It's certainly not going to be enough, but the Brownies will take over 1st and 10 from the 45.
Well, it's a tricky play. You can get away with it probably once in a game. It moved the ball downfield a little bit, but not enough for the 1st down.
Interesting call.
Very interesting call. You try anything.
Well, you look at the coach's perspective in it, Frank, and what happens here is you're faced 4th and 22. If you give the ball over to